Hello, hello, hello. Yes, 5 years. Fucking hell, I've made it to 5 years on YouTube. What the hell? As you
Congrats,
see,
guys.
we've got a guest. He's come back and joined us. We've not scared him off too much. I'm sure
Nope.
that can be changed.
I've lived in Glasgow. I don't
No,
scare that easy.
fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, got Big G from the One Man Stands channel, and we via talk with Big G over on Twitch. So go follow him over on those platforms. Yeah. So got John. How are you doing, John? All wind. And oh dear, my other half that's not liking the Whitby gin. Oh dear.
I don't like gin.
Wait, if you drink enough of it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, she has just bought a couple of bottles of Kraken today.
That's it. Throw the gin in the bin.
Yeah.
Open the Kraken.
I'm sure it'll get open later.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how you doing, G? How's things with you?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Just taking a bit of time off there for a few weeks from doing any music or anything because
Yeah.
I had that sinus infection, which started as a chest infection and then spread.
Oh,
so
shit.
I was kind of laid out in bed for about 5 days.
Oh, shit, man.
So yeah, but just just taking it easy. So
Exactly. Best way to do it, bud. Best way to do it.
yeah,
How's young Matt?
you too, Joker.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Young.
Oh, pretty good, mate.
Cool.
Same old,
Cheers,
same
everybody.
old. So,
Yeah,
chat
thanks
is-
everybody for coming and helping celebrate 5 years on YouTube. Well, I didn't think I'd last 5 weeks to my 5 years.
Oh, black roast coffee. Oh.
Yeah.
That does sound nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cherry and vanilla as well sounds nice.
Yeah, cherry vanilla and a black roast coffee.
Oh yeah.
They
You have to
turned
have a
up.
bit of ice in that, though.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be here 5 years. I didn't think I'd even be here for 5 weeks. People are still watching.
Goes
Like,
in
what the hell?
quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I would have perhaps showed a little bit of the very first video that went up 5 years ago today, but I don't want Leo Moriculi to take any more money off me.
Yeah,
Yes, he did copyright claim that first one, even though you have to buy the backing tracks off him in the first place. He still fucking copyrights you.
yeah, he likes his money, doesn't he, does Leo?
Yeah. I mean, don't
It's
get me
a
wrong.
nice
I like Leo. He does some good stuff, but I think that's a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, he's a businessman, isn't he?
Yeah,
So,
it is what it is. I mean, I've got at least did buy me the full album of backing tracks, but I did 2 of them. I thought, there's no point doing anymore.
it does take the piss a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. But then I've done other cover versions. I've done a Sex Pistols cover version. I've done a Dr. Feelgood cover version. I've done, what was the other one I did? Buzzcocks. And
Nice.
I've no money at all taken from them, not been copyright claimed.
Yeah, but if it's any of the old punk bands, mate, they'll be all too confused and pissed by now.
Well, true, yeah.
In some rehab home.
Yeah, so we thought we'd do a live stream, celebrate.
An irritate everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what we're good at. We're good at irritating people.
Well, try my best.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And then watch Lisa get pissed in chat.
Watch the spelling get increasingly worse with every sentence.
Yeah, when you start just seeing a lot of gobbledygook, you know she's had too many.
Yep.
Oh, bless. Yeah, we went up to Scarborough and Whitby last week. Took the cameras with us, did a bit of filming. Yeah, a good day out. We met up with Bill Richards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good. He's a good dude, Bill.
He is.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him for months and months.
He's a joker.
Except for, like in chats. But
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
first
he is.
time we'd met him, and yeah.
It's a good one.
The Hobbit, Count Dracula.
That's it. Dracula's coffin's not he's not buried at the church at the side of Whitby. He's just turned into Bill. Bless him. Oh, where is he? He should be here.
I don't know where he is.
is.
I know he's had a lot of appointments.
He has. He did say he's had a lot of appointments last few weeks.
He got a lot of health stuff going on, and he bless him. So
He has got a lot of stuff going on.
hopefully he'll pull through some of it.
I'm sure he will. And we're here for him. Help him out.
Well, that's just fucking so it's death, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Bill's doing the best thing. His attitude at the minute is go as many gigs as he can and enjoy life.
Absolutely. Yeah, from what he was saying, just go out and do it, dude.
Oh no!
Oh, God, his ear look. At least you turned up this time.
Oh God!
I don't know. At least you turned up, dude.
He's probably hit the wrong button. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
I bet he's still got that horrible post, that picture behind him. You know, the one with the dragon.
Yeah. Oh, he'll still have that. I'm surprised he's not got a picture of a sheep or a goat at the side of it.
Oh, Mr. Bungle.
Mr. Bungle, how you doing, buddy? Right, well.
They're in his special book, those pictures.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm not going any further on that one.
Is it that leather-bound book?
It's the leather-bound one, and each picture is in its own white, clean folder.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We won't go any further.
Uh-oh. You mean he's going to be dangerous?
Save it getting too moist.
Don't wrong, you can never be too moist. Yeah. Now we had a good couple of days up in Scarborough and Whitby. Weather weren't too bad.
Change of scenery does you well.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've discussed this a few times on here before. Yeah, I suffered from burnout last year. I had a week or two where I
think that's with all YouTube channels, though, isn't it? You can
Yeah.
overdo it. You really can, and then it gets really boring. It just,
Yeah.
Well, it depends what your bottom's starting from, Lisa.
Well,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
say nothing. Say nothing. I'm pleading the fifth on that one. Depends how much I've been tuning Radio Luxembourg in.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
See, none of the youngsters will get that joke.
No, they won't.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more.
Say no more.
Did you like pictures? Just, no, because I'm going to head
No.
down Monty Python and
You can't beat it.
A nod's as
You're
good
a
as a
chill
wink to a
leader.
blind bat. Darth, I've got cake for afterwards.
Oh, lucky beggars.
I
yeah,
just had mine before.
I'll save you, mate, because I was still a bit full after Carvery. We were just sat there after Carvery with this cheesecake
lemon
in
sponge.
display cabinet. It's like, we can't move on it as it is. Should we just have that cake we've got at home? Yeah. See, all the secrets are coming out now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully not all of. Hopefully not all of his secrets.
Ain't touching that one.
No, not touching his weird badge, Paul.
Nope.
You can keep his green badge to himself. It didn't take long for this stream to go downhill, did it?
No.
We never really got uphill, did it?
Yeah. It just sort of stayed down here and it went further and further down.
See, this
Yeah,
is what happens
like
when you get a Glaswegian in.
I think we're on sort of about the 5th circle of hell at the minute, but we'll be going further.
Oh, at least the 5th.
Yeah, we'll be going deeper soon.
Absolutely.
And not like that before you say it, Darth.
just waiting for Cerberus to appear.
It
That's what I
makes a
used to
change
call
for
my
Darth
dog.
to actually be in chat.
I used to call my old dog that, Cerberus. She was like a wee small thing, but she was just a wee mongrel, but she looked like more Jack Russell crossed with a German Shepherd. And she was the most gentle, loving wee thing ever, but I just thought it was just a great contradiction. I'm going to call her Cerberus.
Yeah. Well, there's a friend of Lisa's. We dog sit for him every now and again, the dog that they've got. And that's a Jack Russell crossed with something else. Because it's a big fucking Jack Russell. It's about this fucking big. And he's a strong little fecker, I'll tell you that. He is a strong little fecker.
My old dog from over the road, he was a Dalmatian.
Yeah.
King Charles cross. Go figure that one out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work the mechanics out of the.
Yep. The whole time I was living there, every time I looked at him, I was just thinking, how?
Yeah.
Did you have a loading ramp to get there?
Did you climb up some ladders?
Yeah.
And which one was which?
Yeah, definitely, Mr. Bungle. Do not confuse rum and gun. Do not try drinking a gun, please.
Yeah, he's definitely got some Dalmatian spots. So, yeah. Oh, I'll have to show you some pictures on him later. JBC, how you doing, brother? I hope you're well. How's everything going now you moved in? Yeah, she took him for a walk. One of the times we had him last year. He went chasing a wood pigeon. Pulled the shoulder out.
Ooh.
Ouch.
That's the trouble with Jack Russells. They chase everything.
Yeah, he does.
Trouble with most dogs, like you look at them and you don't think they're going to be that strong. Even the wee ones can deceive you with their strength.
Oh, my Staffy didn't chase anything. She couldn't be asked.
The only thing that my old dog used to chase was snowflakes. Yeah. And I don't mean
Yeah.
this generation.
Proper real snowflakes made out of snow.
Yes.
That's quite funny when you get dogs doing that.
It was hilarious.
I'll tell you another thing he likes chasing after. Is,
I mean, she wasn't
wolves.
that tall. She was about 1.5 feet. So if we got in, a foot of snow, she just disappeared. And every now and then you just see the mouth coming up to grab more snow.
Oh, we used to have an Alsatian that did that. And it also fucking used to eat cheese as well. Fucking nog eating cheese.
Yep, my old dog loved cheese. Absolutely loved it. So did one of my old cats, actually. He was weird. His favourites were cheese and Mars bars.
Maybe animals take
Not
after their
whole ones,
owners.
Are you sure that the cat weren't pregnant?
I'm sure he probably thought so. He did. He did have tendencies.
Yeah.
I think he honestly thought he was female. Let's put it that way.
Well, you can never tell these days, though, can you?
It could
this
have
is
been
true.
a trans cat.
Yeah. He was like Reg in The Life of Brian. I want to be a woman. I want to have babies. You can't have babies, Reg.
All right, we'll say you have the right.
You have the right to have babies. All in
You know, I was
fact,
watching that the other day, and I was thinking about the modern, woke snowflake community and all the trans
they were
stuff.
well ahead of their time. They knew it was
Yeah.
coming.
And
They
that
knew it was
really
coming.
did say something about today, didn't it? It really,
It did.
it was like,
Yep.
it could have been written for what's going on.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying anything against the trans
No,
community.
not at all. Not at all.
But
But
the
I mean,
idiot-
they
the
definitely
idiot.
saw what was coming for the future.
That's
The
Definitely.
sort of activist element of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to applaud him for when he turned around and said, "No, I'm not taking that scene out of the stage play."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he did right.
Yeah, but the thing is, everybody knows it's there, okay? If you're a Python fan.
Exactly.
You're only going to go there and watch it if you're a Python fan. So if you're offended going, why are you a Python fan?
Yeah. No, that was the whole thing when Life of Brian first came out. They were basically saying, what's the point in protesting against a movie? If you don't like it, just don't go fucking watch it.
Right, and I'm not trying to offend anyone here, but the religion thing, when they were talking of religion, right, that it was wrong to say about the whole, Life of Brian and that he was the Messiah and all the rest of it, and that is taking the Bible and God and he's making it into a joke. No, it's looking at the stupidity of it all.
Yeah.
It's looking at the comical side of things.
It's looking at how that faith and those attitudes can be abused and become twisted. That's all it was.
Like
It wasn't
most
saying
religions.
that everybody was the exact same.
And anyway, wasn't the Messiah? He was a very naughty boy.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah.
I mean, he was.
piss off.
Cheers, Joey. How you doing, buddy?
I don't know. Just that attitude just winds me up. You can't say that on your YouTube channel. Well, if you don't like it, hit the X button and go.
Off you trot.
There's certain channels I don't watch because I don't like maybe the person or what they say, so I don't watch it.
Well, this is the whole argument with the changing of the goalposts. With certain streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Where you used to be able to say whatever you like, just so long as it wasn't too far gone.
Yeah.
But now it's like you can't say anything, even if you have your channel marked as only for adults.
Yeah.
I mean, look at some of the stuff we used
We're
to come
free to
out
choose
with.
what we want to watch and what we want to listen to. We don't need to be told that we can't listen to this or we can't watch that.
I mean, some of the stuff that we said in Jackbox Games.
Oh,
some of the
jeez.
stuff
By
that
the way,
was
I've
sort of-
started that back up.
Some of it was like proper
Oh, yeah.
offensive.
Oh yeah, I started
But
it back up
nobody
again,
was
Matt.
in there. None of us ever took offence at it. It was never.
Nah,
No.
but
There was a few times that
again,
I put things and everybody went.
yeah, but again, this is the whole Ricky Gervais argument. By taking something that is taboo and making a joke out of it, you're not reinforcing that idea.
No.
You're taking the stigma away from it.
Yeah.
It's a case of, well, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a way of dealing with it by making
But
something.
it's a way of
You know.
breaking the barriers down.
Yeah,
We all did that years ago, though,
it's
didn't
making
we?
it okay to kind of talk about.
You know, like I mean, a lot of you know Black Country Vapor. Steve, he's just lost his leg. The same day the guy had his leg amputated and was in hospital, Matt sent him a message saying, "Hope you're all right, Steve. When do you get your eye patch and your parrot?" Right? Because it's Steve. Steve just pissed himself laughing and went, "Soon, mate, soon."
Oh man.
I'm getting fitter for it next week.
I remember a joke about a certain person with a wooden leg, and it was a female that was quite famous at the time, and the joke was, a psychologist has told her she's quite unstable, but if you get a beer mat and you fold it up and put it under one leg, she's okay.
You see, I love jokes like that. I just
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Well, it's like going back to old Billy Connolly stuff. He used to take the
He was
piss out of fucking
genius.
everybody and everything, including religion.
Yep, but you couldn't argue with his logic. You know,
No.
it was flawless logic that he had.
You know, he was on about parts of Glasgow which were all true
Yeah.
about how people
Yep.
were and certain nights and the pubs and it.
Yeah.
It's
Even
just
when it comes to
observational.
cursing, it's so interwoven into our language up there. You know, it's you can have a curse word that is that's not a racial slur but a slur against someone, and at the same time it can also be a term of endearment. You know, and it's the same over here in Northern Ireland as well.
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain C word that's a term of endearment here.
Yep.
But there's a guru. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a well-known guru, and thanks, Lisa. He's a well-known guru, and even he loves Billy Connolly because of his use of cursing, because it's so poetic the way that he uses it.
Yeah, it is.
And it has, you know, it's got a lot of emotion behind it. It's charged the way he says it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I absolutely love Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Billy Connolly said, you know, the epitome of the little Glaswegian who was about 5'2", and as they got more and more pissed, the less you could understand them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is true. It was
Absolutely, it's true. Absolutely.
Well,
It's hard enough trying to understand each other without being pissed, but Jesus.
Well, I'll say that my dad's let me this Billy Connolly CD, one of his old shows from back in the 70s. You can tell as it gets further into the show how pissed he's getting because you can't understand it.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Billy Connolly like DVDs and stuff, and I love some of the old stuff going back. He's singing and it's great.
Him and Dave Allen. Dave Allen was another one.
Dave Allen, yeah.
That man
Another one of
was
my
a proper
favourite
genius as well.
Favourite joke with Dave Allen is the one of the sketch when they're racing to the graveyard, which is true in Ireland. That thing of the church will only if you so many bodies go to the graveyard, only so many of those bodies will go to heaven, right? So if it's more than so many, this is the Catholic religion he was taking the piss out of.
Yeah.
But it was just the stupidity of you want to be first in the graveyard.
Yeah.
And of course they got offended, and of course he took the piss out of the Pope. And
he's speaking from experience. That's what I never got about the whole furore about him. It was experiential fucking stuff that he was talking about.
Yeah.
If
It
you're
wasn't like he
so
was making
sure
it
of
up to
your,
take the piss, you know.
if you're so sure of your religion, your religious convictions, and I'm talking generally here, why would you be offended by what some idiot in yours would say? You wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah. Yep.
So I just,
Exactly, John.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, I know John's sort of more our age. He's
Oh, he's an old git as well, is he?
well, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a sense of humour, unlike a lot of today's youth.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of modern day comics I just don't find funny at all.
Nah, there's very few nowadays that are funny. Like,
I mean, Ricky
think-
Gervais can be.
he is good.
Yeah.
He is good.
But then again, is he classed as modern day? Because he's been about a while
Yeah.
now, hasn't he?
Yeah. Russell Brand used to be good before he went
Yeah.
kind of a bit nuts and started thinking he was good.
Yes, started getting on his soapbox about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stu
Jimmy-
Francis, he's a good one.
Yeah.
Stuart Francis, he's a good one. Because he's like Rodney Dangerfield, where it's just one liner, one liner,
no,
one liner, bang, 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 you know.
There was a legend, Rodney
yeah,
Dangerfield. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's older
He,
than us.
he was
Well,
very
all
like
right.
him, though. You know, he was, take my wife, please.
Man, you could say he's been about a bit these days, huh? But go on,
Mickey Flanagan, he is hilarious, man.
Yeah.
He is
See,
proper
I don't find it. I
hilarious.
can't get into him at all. That is
Really?
one guy I can't find funny.
Oh,
I just
man.
don't find it funny at all.
The stuff about going abroad, going to Spain for the first time with his mates.
Yeah.
You know,
He does a lot
one
of
his mates is like, you know, they're getting told don't drink the water, don't take any salads or anything, you know, because it's the lettuce is washed with the local water. Don't touch it. And his mates like, come on, I've had kebabs and curries here numerous times. I'll be fine. He has the salad, and it's like 2 hours later. He's like, Mick, I've got the fear, Mick. I've got the fear. I need to fart, Mick. I don't think it's a fart.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best I had. But he's been around. Got 20 up to nearly 30 years now.
Mm-hmm. But no, there's very few comics these days that are good.
Yeah.
What was there was a Welsh guy, is it Rod Gilbert? He used to
Yeah.
but I haven't seen him doing anything for a good
I
while now.
think he's been having issues with cancer. Yeah.
He's still, I mean, he's still going. Oh,
Oh,
Peter
yeah,
Kay as
he's
well.
still doing odd shows, but he's not as active as what he wants. But yeah, Rod Gilbert, yeah. I found it funny because he's that archetypal, angry, fucking miserable bastard.
Yeah.
Like,
angry, straight faced delivery, but it was hilarious, man. Peter Kay, I love Peter Kay. You can't help but not love him.
Yeah.
You can't help but love him. I mean, aye, that's the one.
Cracks. When he does misheard lyrics, fucking cracks me up every time. When she's begging him for birdseed.
Yeah, that's true. But he's always been, you know, the family comedian though.
Yeah.
'Cause he was a redcoat for a good while, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he worked at Butlin for a good while.
Yeah, him and Paddy McGuinness.
But he in a way, he's similar to Billy Connolly. It's observational comedy.
The best humour usually is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also stories, not one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah. That used to be one of my favourite things with
Not
Billy Connolly. Is he'd start a story, you know, and about halfway through he'd went, oh, that reminds me, Wait till I tell you this, and then he'd go on to something completely different, and it would go on for about 15 minutes, and then he'd just go, so anyway,
Yeah.
right back to the story he was talking about
Yeah.
15 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly where he left off.
And that was what people were laughing at most of the time, was like just the total, you know, la 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 la, oh, swings kind of humour.
Yeah, I went, oh, I must tell you this.
Yeah. Yeah, love that guy.
Hey, Dee Dee, how you doing? Are you well? Oh, yeah.
You notice nobody put any American comics apart from Rodney Dangerfield in there.
Bill Hicks,
Billy, oh, I love Bill Hicks.
George Carlin,
Yeah,
Richard
George
Pryor.
Carlin, definitely. Bill Hicks, that man was dark towards the end.
He was,
Yeah.
but he was another one you couldn't argue with what he was saying.
Another phenomenal stand-up American comedian was Belushi.
Belushi as well, yeah. George Carlin, Pryor, Robin
Yeah.
Williams.
Eddie Murphy.
Good God, he would,
Eric, how you doing,
he would
bud?
make my ribs sore watching
Robin
him.
Williams live was
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
yeah, unbelievable.
yeah, unstoppable.
I mean, half the time when he were blurting away, you needed a gram of Coca-Cola just to understand what he was saying, just to keep up.
It's just sad the way it all ended for Robin.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Terrible,
sad fact
terrible
of life sad fact of life is that most comedians do suffer from mental health issues.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a need to be loved and laughed at.
Yeah.
You know, that stems from being depressed.
I mean,
Lee
Billy
Evans was
now,
good. Yeah, I'll agree with Joker there. Lee Evans and Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Yeah. Sarah Millican.
Yeah. I've not seen a lot of her stuff, but she's
some of it's funny.
Yeah, she's a bit hit and miss for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, George Carlin, yeah, definitely, Lisa. See, I would have said, he was a weird one, George Carlin, along with Bill Hicks, I would say, because it was comedy, but when you break it down, most of what they were talking about was just philosophy in general.
Yeah.
Philosophy
But have you ever
and
gone
sociology.
back? Have you ever gone back to George Carlin's really early stuff?
I haven't watched George Carlin
because it was clean. There was
we're
no
talking
swearing in it.
decades.
It was,
Decades,
early stuff was really clean.
and it was strange. There was no talk about
Well,
drugs.
he'd been
there was
going
no
for a
talk-
good while, so it would have been back like early 60s at least.
Yeah.
You know, when everything was so watered down.
And then all of a sudden he decided to change of sort of direction.
Jay,
Hey,
how you doing,
buddy?
bud?
how's it going, dude?
Are you well?
Loved Lee Evans. Loved him. He was another one like Robin Williams. It was just pure energy.
Yeah, it's just,
you know,
everything's at 150 mile an hour.
Yeah, I mean the one that he ended with the Bohemian Rhapsody performance. Holy shit, that is some of the best comedy I'd ever seen at the time.
Yeah.
He would like make you sore from laughing.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I do like a bit of Lee Evans every now and again.
Yeah, retired now, isn't he?
Yeah,
retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he still does like the odd bit of acting, but yeah, he's gave up comedy.
Yeah,
don't blame him because the touring life is just too expensive nowadays. Way too expensive.
Oh yeah, life on the road is not easy, whether you're a comedian or in a band of road.
Yeah. You too, Jay.
Bits and bobs and touring, but not like what some bands have done.
Yeah. Do you know that's a film I've never seen? Never seen it. The only films I've seen with Lee Evans in was The Fifth Element.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good
What
film.
was the other one? Can't remember the other one, but pretty sure he was in a series of unfortunate events, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket's.
I think you are.
Yeah. Rufus!
Rufus!
How's it going, my excellent friends?
We are Wild Stallions.
Excellent!
I've not watched that third one yet.
Not bad, actually.
If you like Bill and Ted,
Yeah,
you'll
I
love it.
Yeah.
You'll love it. If
I
you
love
were just like,
films.
it was alright, don't watch it. It's made purely for the
fans.
For the fans, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Chasing Amy?
Can you blame him, really?
I don't remember him in Chasing Amy. I'm going to have to watch that again now.
Oh, no, I don't think I've seen that one.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, keep meaning to check that third one out. We'll have to be on his next movie night.
Yeah, that is good. Very, very much like the first one.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, cool.
That was the other one. Thanks, Jay. That was the other one I could not remember. There's something about Mary.
Yeah, that's another film I've never seen.
That was the other Lee Evans. I couldn't remember.
Yep.
Man, she's been for chick flick, so.
Oh, I know. Lemony Snicket was Jim Carrey. He was the Count, but I'm pretty sure he had a role in it as well. Lee Evans, not the series, but the movie, the Jim Carrey movie.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah, the series was fantastic as well, though. What's his name? Doogie Howser.
All right, yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris, I think's his name.
Something like that.
He plays Jim Carrey's character in it.
Oh, cool.
And he just chews up the scenery every time he's there. Neil Patrick Harris, yeah.
That's it.
Doogie Howser, MD. See, Jay's... You're showing your age there, Jay. You're about the same age as me. I know that just from that statement.
Jay's full of
There's only people over 45 will get that.
Yep.
Yeah, Jay's full of pointless facts.
Oh, same as myself.
Just like us three.
Ask me anything about movies. Apparently, except for movies that Lee Evans has been in.
Yeah, well, so we went back to vlogs. Yeah, we filmed some stuff while we're away. But what we're thinking about, if the vlogs go well, thinking about putting the vlogs on a separate channel.
Right.
Apart from the sort of guitar show vlogs. But we'll see how they go for over the next few months.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Jay's into his 80s cheesy stuff.
Oh, you can't beat a bit of
Same here.
cheesy comedy.
John Hughes and John Landis films. They were the best.
Yeah. Oh, one of my favourite comic characters from sort of late 80s into 90s, Al Bundy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Married with Children, I still love that series.
Like America's version of Rab C. Nesbitt.
Yeah.
You know, just the armchair philosopher.
There's nothing wrong with an armchair philosopher.
Nothing at all.
Absolutely.
Some of the wisest things that I've heard have came from armchair philosophers.
Just not us three.
No. You'll not get anything wise from this mouth. I think most people that are here know that by now.
Yeah. Yeah,
That'd be
even
that fentanyl
comedy,
in there.
comedy series just don't seem as funny these days to what they used to be.
That's a very good point. Have you actually seen a TV comedy series that you've actually thought, yeah, I want to watch that?
Not recently. We
No,
still
I
keep
haven't.
going back to old ones like
Yep, same here, mate.
fucking Rising Damp and
Yep.
all that sort of shit.
Dad's
Well,
Army.
same the other week. I
Oh,
went
Dad's
back.
Army. Ain't our fault, Mum.
Only fools
I
and
went-
horses.
Yeah, only
Watch went Reginald Perrin,
Yeah.
Original Perry, yeah.
the proper version, not that shit with Martin Clunes, the
Nah.
original
Aye.
version.
Aye.
Lennon Rossiter. What an
Uh,
actor.
Went and watched all of Porridge again because,
Porridge, yeah.
well, why not? What else have I been watching lately? Going Straight.
Yeah.
What about Flea Otters? Flea Otters, or otherwise known as Faulty Towers.
I love 48.
All 12 of them.
I'm looking forward to the new one because it's still John Cleese.
Yeah. He's
John
doing it
Cleese
with
and
his
his
daughter,
daughter.
isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
His daughter's co-writing it with him.
Because they reckon they're going to they wanted to limit the racism to the Spanish in it. Didn't they?
He said no chance. It's going to be done
It's
with
not-
the original, or it's not getting done at all.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Good on
People don't see it for what it is.
Yeah.
People are too stupid.
Again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with comedy. It's not reinforcing, bigotry. It's actually poking fun at the idiots that are bigots.
Well,
It is. Alf Garnett.
This is like what? Yeah, this is like
exactly.
another series from that era, from that 70s era
Mitchell.
that's not shown. Love Thy Neighbour. That actually poked fun at the idiot.
Yeah.
You racist.
I resemble that remark. No, I don't.
It was though,
Thanks,
wasn't it?
Spencer,
It was.
as well,
It
yeah.
was showing the absolute ignorance
Yeah, exactly.
of the white people. in it.
And nobody got it, and that's
Exactly,
why,
yeah.
that's why it's not allowed to be shown.
Because the thing is, I mean, what people forget about Sickness and Health was that guy was university educated. Warren Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
Clever-
Such
he was a clever bloke.
fucking brainy bloke and one of the best actors that Britain ever produced as
Yeah,
well.
right.
He done
What?
he done pretty much. It was a really, really stripped back, very, very low budget version of The Merchant of Venice.
Yeah.
Years ago, it was like the early
bless
and
his
mid
heart.
70s that he done it for
Yeah.
BBC. BBC Education. That'll show you how old it is, because they don't even do that shit anymore.
No. Oh, they don't.
But he played Shylock,
Yeah.
and it's one of the best things I'd ever seen. That was what actually got me liking Shakespeare, was Warren Mitchell's performance as Shylock, because he's just, you're not supposed to like him because Shylock is an absolute bigot,
Oh yeah. Absolute
and
shit.
I've got to be
he's a
when
nasty character, but society made him that way, so you end up actually liking him at the same time as hating him.
Nah, I just fixed a couple of cans up with me.
I just
tried
find it comical that everybody thinks the Alf Garnett character was an out-and-out racist, which, if you actually watch it properly, it makes him look such an idiot. It's actually anti-racism.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Same as a lot of the stuff that was brought out.
personification of the country's bigotry.
It was shown with the bigots up for what they were, but people just don't see it.
Condor Man, oh man.
God, I haven't seen that for fucking ages.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that one, actually.
It's got to be well over 20 years since I've seen that.
Dude, I think that was late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah. I'm going to have a look for it now. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, you'll find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it sure is, John.
I don't think you can buy it. Put it that way. I don't think it's like ever been moved to DVD and Blu-ray.
I'm sure I can find a source
But-
somewhere.
Oh yeah, you'll find it online somewhere. Definitely.
John's gobbling what?
Well,
What you get up to in your time, John?
yeah, what you do in private in your spare time is up to you. As long as it's legal, we don't mind. Apparently, you get it on VD.
Can you?
Yeah.
Who's got
Wow.
VD?
Well, Jay
Jay's
put
got
into that.
VD.
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably.
Yourself on that face tube.
Mm.
Oh, that face tube.
Is that face tube? Hey, don't give all my secrets away.
Wow, what?
Yeah, John. Yeah.
Yeah, we're okay, John. Okay, buddy. You should know by now I will take anything you put and just twist it.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Yep. That's pretty much all I do now.
Yeah.
Like,
That's all I've ever
when
done.
we're watching, you'll know yourself, Lee, when we're watching Nick on Twitch.
Oh,
He won't even think about what he's saying half the time. He'll just come out with something, and then he'll realise afterwards, oh shit, that can be taken completely the wrong way.
yeah.
By which time I've already clipped it, edited it, and turned it into a sound clip. There's one where he's just saying delicious wood.
Oh, you know what? We've got to come up
loads
with a
like
riff for that.
I've got loads like that.
Oh, we've got to come up with some sort of riff and call it delicious wood.
Oh yeah. Got to be sleazy, like
Yeah.
70s funk though.
Either 70s funk or
Just to get the hub
80s hair
vibe.
metal.
Yeah, you want a bit of sort of James Brown type soul,
Yeah.
sort of funky.
Yeah. Next wood rap. There was one we were talking about the other night, and it was one of our friends, Demo.
Oh,
He's been streaming. Yeah, that's right. You know.
yeah, I know, dude.
He's been streaming on Twitch as well, but he does predominantly it's like a flight simulator, a flight battle simulator.
All right, yeah.
And so he was talking about like all the jets and all the rest of it, and Jenny's designing them, you know, like the emojis and stuff.
Yeah.
So she was designing an emoji of, it's like a picture of a caricature of Demo in a flight suit, and she said, and he's got a helmet under his arm, and she says, "What colour do you want the helmet?" But me, her, and Nick were in a video chat. This is as he's streaming, right? This is as he's streaming on Twitch. So she says, "What colour do you want the helmet?" And I says, "Purple." And then literally as soon as I said purple, he went, "Oh, purple." And I went, "No way! He wants a purple helmet, no way!" And of course that was me, I was done. And then I was already in fits of giggles, tears streaming down my face, my ribs were getting sore.
Mad as well.
And then he turns around and says, "Yeah, I love a bit of deep purple." That was it, man, that was it. I just couldn't breathe for laughing.
Well,
I love a
saying
bit of
that,
deep purple helmet.
This goes for Deep Purple and Dolly Parton fans. As I've seen it on not YouTube, on Facebook. The fans wearing T-shirts saying, "I love DP."
Ooh, didn't think that one through. Or did they?
Well, you never know.
Oh dear. Has to be an American that came up with that.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
agreed.
I hadn't talked to Debo for a while, actually, but
Oh,
he's
wrong
nice
one.
guy.
He is. He's a good one.
Yeah. But, that graphic that's up in top corner, that was one that Jenny did.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. That was just an off-the-cuff design that she did.
Well, the one of me, that's what another Jenny one.
Yeah.
It was done for another show, but when I left, I took that one.
Some of the stuff
We
she's been
stole
doing
it.
recently. Some of the stuff
Yeah.
she's been doing recently is incredible.
She has been doing some cracking work.
Yeah.
She has.
She seems
I
to
have commissioned her to do artwork for the channel, and then sort of tie it in with the website as well.
Well, she's only just started streaming on Twitch, doing art, live artwork. She only started.
See, we're only a
I
few
don't
weeks.
even know if it's about a month. I don't even know if it's a month yet.
Yeah.
And already she's got over half of what Nick has, and Nick's been doing it for 3-4 years.
It doesn't shock me, to be honest.
The art online is just so
that,
huge.
that community on Twitch is massive, isn't it?
Yep. The art community is really good though.
Jenny is super fucking talented, even though if you had her on here, she says she isn't. But
well, we know that.
And Nick came up with a good idea as well. Well, it was two pictures, but it was part of one piece. But they were both individually framed, and Nick said stickers. They would make amazing stickers.
Yeah.
And he's right. Her stuff has just got that bold, vivid kind of comic look,
Yeah. Well,
that would do really well in Japan.
That design in top corner, I have obviously I've got a Teespring account, and I've tried it on a T-shirt, and I'll tell you what, looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to cost someone a T-shirt, that. Maybe even put it on the banner and put it on the back there for when I stream.
That'd be good, yeah. Definitely.
I think it's a good thing Jenny's got her own personal outlet now.
Yeah.
And
I'm happy for her that she's got back into doing artwork.
She's talking about doing proper commissions now for folk on Twitch, that are just starting and needing like wee emojis and profile pics, stuff like that just jump out and look kind of.
Well, everybody had been telling her this for about the past year and a half.
Well, she's
at least
seriously thinking about doing it now.
But Jenny being Jenny, she'll turn up in a minute and bollock me. But Jenny being Jenny, it seemed to go in one ear and just sit there because she, for whatever reason, I know she's had a lot on Black.
I think she's taking notice now because
because
of this art community, they're all telling her. That's incredible.
That's it, and a lot of the negative stuff that was going on in the background is now gone.
Yeah.
She's just got, she has got so much talent in what she can do.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, she did that design in an hour.
Yeah, we watched her do it, and it was she's so fast.
Hey, up Tyler.
Hi, Tyler, how you doing, buddy?
I take it you finally sobered up after your 3 days away.
Oh.
Well, that's all right. Is he sober? I'm getting pissed.
Knowing Tyler, he's probably... No, actually, it's a bit early yet for him to be drinking.
I don't know.
Is it PM?
Well, he is Amish, so just go and check the sundial and see what the time is, Tyler.
Did any of you catch the Undesirables on Sunday?
No, I didn't.
No, obviously, it was the usual crew. It was Grizz, Mo, Nick, and I joined in as well, and Mike, but Mike started off like this. Mike started off like this, and then by the end of the show, Mike was just like that. And Nick, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Grizz said, "You can always tell when it's getting on." because Mike's like a sundial.
Yeah.
he's just like this.
Uh,
1 minute to 5, Matt. There you go.
yeah, it's
There
not
you go.
too.
5 o'clock. Get it down your neck, son.
No, yeah, it's not too early, mate. Get
It's
the
always
beer
5
out.
o'clock somewhere.
Or
Absolutely.
in your case, Tyler, get the bourbon out.
Well,
Yeah.
saying that, I went on holiday to Turkey once. And it was with X. This hotel that we were at. We're outside of an hill, but it had steps down to a jetty. So we'd had a walk down. Anyway, halfway back up steps, the hotel's got a little bar. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm having 5 minutes, I'm having a beer. Yeah. And then and bear in mind, a couple of these people were Scousers as well. There were these 4. They just done the exams for being student teachers. They just finished uni, and they're like going,
Oh, they're the dangerous ones.
Yeah, no,
Student teachers.
Yeah, they were saying, "What are you doing, drinking at this time?" I says, "Shut the fuck up! It's 11 o'clock. I'm on my holidays. Shut the fuck up."
Christ, they're not exact. They don't exactly have inhibitions. That lot, the student teachers, they're usually the most deviant lot.
Yeah, he basically did. Oh, looks like he had too much bourbon over the weekend.
Oh.
Oh, dear,
Is
Tyler.
there such a thing?
Well, I didn't think so, but Tyler's still young, bless him.
Yeah, he's only a youngster, isn't he?
Whippersnapper.
See, boy. Well, Lemmy can't get enough bourbon.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he was just replacing what was already in his blood.
Exactly. See, I've been to the toilet, right? Time to open another.
Yeah. My levels are in balance. Must restore the balance.
You've got to keep things in equilibrium.
Yeah.
Do you hear about this? I take it you've heard the story about Lemmy going for a blood test.
Yep. The toxicity level, the alcohol level.
Yep, the doctor actually said your blood is the most toxic blood I've ever seen of anybody alive or dead.
It actually did have like a proper it was something like 80 proof or something like that. It was ridiculous. It was something ridiculous like that anyway. That's true, Lisa. That's true.
So basically, Tyler, you're still a young one. Anybody under the age of 40 is still a young one.
Aye.
31, I can just about remember that.
I can't.
I can't.
Make the most of it.
See, even Lisa agrees with me.
Yeah.
Make the most of it while you're young, mate.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
As you get older, it gets fucking harder and harder to get out of bed.
Say yes to as much as you can, within reason, obviously. You know, you don't want to be saying yes to the wrong things, but yeah.
Definitely. Enjoy life.
Exactly.
Yeah, I heard about that myself, Darth. Yeah, that was a horrible one.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Started growing inside his own body and started infecting his own organs.
Ew. Nasty. Oh, that's not good.
It's like something like The Last of Us. Oh, mine's Lisa was totally self-induced. not a breakdown. Like I just can't remember because I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. Let's put it that way.
I think we all did that when we were younger.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, that's what being young's all about.
Apparently, I had fun though. Apparently.
I can't remember a birthday between about 14 and 25. Oh, can't remember any of them.
Yeah. Well, as to say, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
Grow old disgracefully.
I fucking
Funnily
have.
enough, we were talking about this the other night, about, you know, act to your age, but only when you really, really have to.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because Nick was talking about he heard me using my dad voice for the first time, and it actually scared him because he's so used to me acting like I'm like 8 years old or something most of the time. It's just the way I am, you know. I don't. I'm not the type of person to act mature. I'm completely immature, but I can turn it on when I need to, put it that way. And this
Oh
one
man,
night I
I'm
did.
getting worse as I get older.
Oh, me too. I think I'm I
And I
think
don't
I'm
care.
going backwards. I'm like Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Mentally, anyway.
I got to 18 and that was it.
That happened to my mum, actually, Lisa. Yeah. Same thing with my mum. When she had her breakdown, she doesn't remember a lot leading up to it, and even for a few years after. Same with myself when I had my breakdown. I don't remember. I remember waking up in the hospital. Then after that, for about a year, don't remember anything.
Yeah. Mind you, same with going back to punks, John Lydon, when he had his meningitis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's at least 12 months that he don't remember.
Yeah.
So,
Your brain protects itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was reading
It
about
kind
him
of
recently.
switches off from all the nasty stuff. And
It definitely is. It's a protective barrier.
I think it's a good thing sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
When
I mean,
you
I've got John Lydon's book. It's a good book, that. It's his biography.
He's a fantastic guy. So he is.
Yeah.
He seems like such a genuine dude.
Yeah.
For all of the
I've
bravado
got a
and all
lot
the
of
rest
time
of
for
it,
John.
but aye. That's what I was going to say. I was reading about him recently, and I saw an interview with him, and he was talking about his wife. It was not long after she'd passed, and oh my god, I was breaking my heart for him.
Yeah. Oh,
it was horrible.
He
Yeah.
worshipped that woman. Worshipped
Yeah,
her.
he did.
He did. For a long
And
time.
God bless him for fucking doing what he did and just refusing in
You
his
see a
fear
lot
of
of
putting her in a home. You know,
a lot of
he wanted-
famous people would have got someone in, wouldn't they? Just
Yeah.
they would have, you know, but he didn't.
You know.
He wanted every
He
moment
did,
that
yeah,
could
he
with
did
her.
it all. And
Yeah.
fucking Alzheimer's is a fucking horrible disease.
oh god,
My ex's mum, just before we separated, the year leading up to it, she's vascular dementia,
Yeah.
and that she just went. She's an ex-teacher, so she was
Yeah.
a really, really well learned woman.
Yep.
So polite, you know, really down to earth. But she just declined so quick.
Yeah.
It's
What
horrible to
amazes
watch.
me though is I think for the person who has it, it's not so bad. It's for the people that are around them.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean,
I had this with two of my grandparents, and I was very close to my nan, and she had Alzheimer's. She had vascular Alzheimer's, and they don't recognise you. They call you the wrong name. They mix you. I mean, it's all of that, and they can get very violent with you.
Oh yeah, but it's
All of that with-
frustration, yeah, because they don't,
without knowing, you know, and
Yeah.
it's an awful thing to watch.
Yeah.
because it's
How
like in
somebody does.
their head, they know what they're trying to convey to you, but you're just listening to them like what? And
Sorry
it's
to hear about that,
anger
John.
and frustration, you know.
Yeah, I'm
it's
sorry
horrible,
about that, John. It's terrible. It's
But,
it's a horrible disease.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
They're
I
making
mean, there are-
steps. They're getting closer and closer every day to finding not necessarily a cure, but a vaccine.
Yeah.
I know there's some medications now that can, pardon me,
Slow the
that can
progression.
prolong things
Yeah,
for
yeah.
people. But then you're
It's the same with
prolonging it.
Parkinson's as well. they've come up with a lot of medications just in this past couple of years, even a lot of treatments to
Do you know, I didn't
halt the
realise
progression.
About Parkinson's till somebody we know has it, and we were talking about it, and I didn't realise, because I always put Parkinson's down as one thing, you know, the shakes. You go like, you think Ozzy Osbourne, and then you look into it and what it affects and what it causes, and this and that, and you think,
so much.
fuck.
Yeah,
it is scary.
Function. I mean, my ex's dad, he had it, and his progressed really badly, very quickly. We were together for 6-7 years, and first time I met him, yeah, you could tell that he had there was the palsy, you know, the shakes.
Yeah.
He had that. He'd kind of limited kind of digital dexterity, and and his speech was slightly slurred, but then it got to the point where you just couldn't understand anything he was saying. He would start forgetting things dead easily, but it was horrible. That was another one. It was horrible to watch.
Yeah, I mean, my grandma, she had Parkinson's, but luckily it was just the shakes. She was fully functional. But I think that's what did do her in the end. I mean, the Parkinson's, she had it for years.
Yeah,
for absolutely years.
Well, it gets to the point as well where they have to have, some of them have to have aids to keep them breathing, because the muscles, you know, the organs don't move. It's like they're frozen, you know. Because I remember watching Edmund. That was my ex's dad's name. Edmund would be talking. You'd see him, even when, like you mentioned Ozzy, Matt. When you watch him talking now, you'll see him he'll say like a full sentence, and then he'll kind of go and take a big long deep breath.
Yeah,
and it's like it's a struggle for them to keep breathing after a certain point, you know. And they do get so out of breath very easy.
Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, definitely, Lisa, it does.
It's another cruel, very cruel disease.
It sure is.
Hey up, Gary.
Hey, Gary. There you go.
I know there's a lot of medications coming through now for sort of brain-related and cognitive things.
Yeah, there is.
So hopefully, in the future, you know, there'll be more there to help people.
It's getting they're getting closer and closer each time with a lot of these ones to getting, as I say, it's not a cure, but even just to halt the progression is, you know, would do a lot of people a lot of good. Even if it could just halt the progression if it's caught early enough, you know.
Exactly. Well, it's at least I say it's. He's only just been diagnosed with. We think he was misdiagnosed a few years back. But they now got him on Parkinson's meds.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he's only been on them a few months.
That's good.
They've kicked in well and good, and you can see a difference within weeks.
Which is, I mean, that it's brilliant. It really is.
I mean, we took them. Well, we had a big family holiday. Lisa's mum and dad, my dad, and difference in him. He was smiling all week, and we got him laughing. Me and my dad were making jokes, and he was there every day, all the time. Whereas if it had been this time last year, I wouldn't have even gone with us.
You could tell he was feeling better. He ran his missus over.
Yeah, he ran over on scooter.
Oh dear.
That was her fault. She walked in front of the scooter. Bless him, he felt awful about that.
So did she after that scraped her off the pavement?
Again, even if you look at Ozzy when he was first diagnosed just before, it was really public. You could tell that there was something really, really wrong with him.
Yeah.
You know, and you couldn't understand what he's saying. Now, I don't know what he's on, but holy shit, it's doing the job because he's a lot more coherent. Even the speech sounds a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I know like people with Parkinson's do have to go for like speech therapy, just to keep doing the exercises to keep their, the muscles and the tongue and whatnot moving a certain way to allow them to be able to talk coherently. But I mean, just not just like he's speaking, but he just seems sharper now than he ever was.
Well, with speech, he's got double trouble because he's a fucking brummie.
Yeah. I mean, that is far worse than Parkinson's being a brummie. That's a terrible disorder.
It's a terrible affliction, so it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Could be worse. He could have West Country accent.
Oh.
Who do we know from the West Country? Hold on. No, I think we're safe.
All right, me duck.
Oh. I keep threatening to do a video in full-on fucking Yorkshire slang and just watch for American heads to go boom.
Yeah. That's just me. Jesus Christ. That
Stevie, how you doing? Good.
Stevie,
are you well?
That just reminds me of when Rabsy Nesbitt was first broadcast in the US, and they had to have subtitles. But the thing is, you go back and watch Rabsy Nesbitt now, and it's not even like the typical Glaswegian accent.
No.
Even for the show, he poshed it up ever so slightly, the accent, so that it was easier to understand for the folk in England. And it was still broadcast with fucking subtitles.
Yeah.
Darth, we don't like to mock the afflicted.
All very well, thank you, Stevie.
Yeah, we're all doing good. We're all doing well.
At the back.
We're still breathing, anyway. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think. Well, some people might not think so.
Well, we can but hope.
Lisa, I that's exactly what I was talking about with Edmund. He was like that. You couldn't tell, how he was feeling a lot of the time because he was like that. But then he'd get his meds, and then all of a sudden you could see he was able to smile again and stuff.
Yeah.
And his speech would improve.
Oh, see, like I said earlier, Dad, when we were on holiday, we got his smiling all bloody week.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, you twat. So I've just got cramp.
Oh, you're not drinking enough water?
Not drinking enough beer.
Or that, yeah.
Oh, cramp. I thought you said cramp.
Yes, cramp. Not P, not a B.
No, you'd be needing a back scratcher for that.
Yeah. No, you put icing sugar on. Don't kill them off, but it just rots the teeth. You can tell I've watched Billy Connolly.
Yep. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what the hell's going on out the back, but it sounds like there's fucking war going on out there.
Oh.
That's a good thing about this estate. It's usually pretty quiet. Unless it's fucking school holidays.
That's what it's like around here. You never hear anything after about 9 o'clock. But something's going on out back. Even the cat's like, what the hell's that?
Yeah.
You tell him, son.
Has Gary actually found any decent music yet, or is he?
Oh, he's been busy this week. He's got a new monitor for his PC, so he's been messing about with his monitor and his PC. That's what he's been telling me, anyway.
Excuse me.
And his soundbar.
Oh Jesus!
Good effort. Good effort, that, G.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Can do better. I can do much better. Oh,
Exactly, Jay. I know what he's been watching. Oh, fingers crossed for you, Gary. Fingers crossed.
yeah.
Yeah, it weren't a good one, that one. I didn't quite get the bollocks out. Bollocks.
Lacking depth, mate.
Yeah. You've got to get a good burp out every now and again.
Yeah.
Better out than in. Or get it out of you, as they say over here.
Right.
See,
Music related.
when I do them on videos, I usually put a load of reverb behind them just to extenuate
Oh,
it more.
yeah. When I was younger, when remember you always used to get the Casio keyboards and all that. I remember when the voice samplers first came out on the keyboards.
Yeah.
That was just my favourite pastime, was doing burps into the voice samplers and playing the lowest key possible. And it just turned into like a bear growl. You know, every burp would sound like a growl.
That's what
Release
my
the
singing
quack.
voice is.
Oh, dear.
Just bear growls.
The Kraken has been unleashed, Lee.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yep. Release the Quacken.
Well, if we get too tipsy, can I have another beer, please?
I say release Reginald. Or Wadwick.
Wadwick?
Wadwick?
Do we have a Wadwick?
Well, I've done a song called Fart Metal.
Yeah, and it was funny as hell.
Would you? In the Gwing Gwing Wassabone.
You're going to get Darth singing on that one.
Oh, God, we don't want Darth singing.
For all you know, Darth might have a very good voice.
Well, he might do. I doubt it, but he might do.
I doubt it as well, but
Yeah.
it's amazing what sampling is, you can do.
Exactly. Auto-tune and EQ and delay can work wonders these days.
Yep.
We know you're Welsh.
Yes.
I'm walking in a straight line, so we're good.
All right.
Just because you're Welsh, it doesn't mean you can
Oh.
sing.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes.
All you can sing is in male voice choirs and about bloody coal mines.
Well, the thing is, with Welsh, they'd have got a lot more cold dug up if they weren't bloody singing all the time.
Yeah, exactly. They're not hard workers. They're Welsh. They're not hard workers.
Oh, that is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous beer, that.
Was that penis? Penis gun?
No. You never know you're looking a raffle.
For all this exercise, we're going to have upstairs.
Hold on, Darth. Land of Song.
Oh,
Oh,
roast
I can
coffee
almost
rocket.
smell that from here.
Oh, that smells gorgeous.
Hey up! The fuck?
Hey up, chin up.
I thought you'd like that.
Oh,
Does that mean I can't drink it all?
yeah, you can say some of that for me as well.
If we're land of pies, then Darth, that means you won't be eating any more pies, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're having hot pies.
Well,
Well, if they've got any frigging pub sold out a fucking meat, steak and ale pie,
That
dickhead.
should be a crime.
I was not happy.
I don't think I would have been either.
I was not happy.
Nothing worse than going into any restaurant, looking at the menu, seeing the one thing that you really, really, really want, and they don't have it.
right, all right.
It's
Yeah.
just like, well, fuck you then. Going elsewhere.
Dude, it was like, oh, no. Don't forget, go and subscribe to One Man Stands.
Yeah. Pork pie should be served with mustard. English.
Just released my first official cover.
Yeah,
Official.
now congrats on that.
Only cost me £1 a month.
That's not bad. Did you do it through DistroKid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I release all mine through as well.
It's good though. I mean, it's still it's something like 9p off of each sale.
Yeah.
If it does, I'm not counting it. I don't do it for the money anyway, but they only take like 9p off it each
No.
sale.
No, Darth. No. Not Branston pickle. Mustard with pork pie.
It depends. If it's a warm pork pie, mushy ping and mint or
That. Yes.
and not solid fucking peas, just nice, not too watery, not too solid, just a nice consistency.
Just clag.
Yeah.
Ain't many chippies to get that now, mate.
Nah.
You got to find a good chippy.
They do it a lot.
Talking
over
of
here,
good
actually.
chippies, we found one in Whitby last week, Quayside. Oh, the fish were absolutely gorgeous.
There's a lot of good chippies in Ireland.
Yeah.
I know a really good chippy, actually.
There's one over here called Helly D's. It's some of the best fish and chips I've ever had. The chips are homemade, but they're they're slightly crispy in the outside, but they're really, really fluffy in the inside.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my.
This stream might be finishing soon.
Our missus.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
She can't have too many. She's got hospital appointment for the dad tomorrow.
Ah, they're all right.
Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 songs written. I just need to get them fully tracked now. They're at the demo stage.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is
out.
I recorded a couple of videos yesterday. I'm going to record a couple more tomorrow, and that'll give me content for the next 3 or 4 weeks. And then that'll give me next week to sort of start doing tracking them for guitars and bass for all them tracks.
Nice.
And then I'll probably do vocals. If I've got time, I'll try and do vocals next week, if not a bit week after.
Yeah. I've got
So unfortunately, folks, yes, these songs have got vocals on them.
Yeah, that's good, man. At least you can get to do vocals.
All the songs, I am going to release them as either a 3 or 4 track EP. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 songs I've got written, but they're all different. One's a sort of slightly, well, the lyrics were actually written by Mike Mex.
Right.
And it's got that sort of melancholy, slower, sort of Motörhead vibe to it. I mean, Matt's the music for that one.
Yeah.
One of them's sort of a. I don't want to. because it's in that drop C. It has got a bit of a machine head, angry feel to it.
Hmm.
And the other one's out and out thrash. It's got a bit of a, not quite Exodus, but sort of leaning towards Exodus.
Hmm.
And that one's actually called Everyday Violence. So I just come up with this riff, and I thought, I fucking like this riff. This is a good riff.
Yeah.
And just run with it. A few days later, I've got the
makes all the difference when it's something that you like the sound of, because then you just want to keep going, keep working on it. But no, I've got a load of stuff I need to get back to, because I'd started work on a new track. I've got about 3 covers I need to finish.
Yeah.
I've been missing out on the Ola England riff challenges.
Any of them for ages, but I've just not had time.
Neither have I. I've just, obviously the health hasn't been too great the past month, so.
If you need any help in mixing them up, kid.
That's what I was going to say, and I need to get some of the stuff sent over to you as well. It's a pain in the arse. See the way Ableton does it. You can't just I wish there was a button where you could just click it and it would import each individual track.
Yeah.
Rather than having to do it one at a time, because the rendering not even just one of the tracks takes a few minutes.
That's what I like about Studio One. I can click all the tracks and it'll do them as individual tracks.
See, Ableton needs to do that. Because it's the way Ableton does it is you need to set the time frame.
Yeah.
That you want to export.
Yeah.
And then it'll export from, say, point 1 on the counter to 192, and you just click. You open the track, arm the track that you want to export. But you need to do it one at a time, and then you need to go and mute all the other tracks. Otherwise, it'll just any of the tracks that aren't muted. It'll export that as well as one track then, and just mix the two of them together.
No, it's not what you want.
It's not easy if you've got a track that's got 12 different pieces.
Even though they call them stems, they're not the multi-tracks. Because I don't. If I'm putting them down to with no processing on the multi-tracks, even though I'm using MIDI drums, because I've got them separated off into separate tracks, it'll do each one as separate tracks.
No, that needs to be an option in Ableton, because I agree with Gary there. Ableton for me, I tried Reaper, and I had some sort of clock issue with Reaper. It just would not reset to 0. It would start minus 49 minutes, and nothing would get recorded until it had passed that 0 mark. And everybody was saying, well, why don't you just start from 0? And I'm like, I click on start at 0, I click the icon, put it to 0, hit record, and it just goes zip back to minus 49 minutes, and nothing will get recorded until 49 minutes have passed. So that's the reason I switched to Ableton, because I tried that. I think it was FL Studio I tried as well. I even tried a trial version of Cubase. I got my head round it, but then my mate was like, try Ableton. Ableton is just so fucking easy to use, it's unreal.
Yeah, I have got a code to get a trial version of Cubase, but I've been using Studio One for 5 years.
That's whatever you're used to then.
Exactly. I've been using it. I did try Reaper when I first started doing all this, and I just found Studio One easy to work with.
Yeah. See, I like how easy Ableton is for editing.
Yeah. Studio One's pretty easy for editing.
Putting pieces together, because it's been done. So when it was first done, it was released primarily for electronic music. It was to make it easier for sampling and.
All right, now I'll catch you later, bud.
See Darth. But no, it's really, really handy that.
Yeah, I
love it.
know a couple of people that use it.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, you're local. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm happy with Studio One. I don't see any point in sort of learning a different DAW.
Yeah.
I'm happy I'm happy with mixers I'm doing on it, and like I say, I've been using it for 5 years. Well, just over 5 years now.
Your
It's what I'm
mixes are
used to.
fantastic now. So
Yeah.
there. And that's the main thing though, is it's the end result that matters. It's not what you use. It's
I mean, yeah,
if you can get the same results.
I have got
with
some of the
that
fancy
software.
plugins, but I'm as happy using the inbuilt ones.
Mm-hmm. It
And I can
doesn't
get
matter
similar
nowadays what software you use nowadays. It doesn't matter
Nah,
because you can get.
they're all the same.
I mean, like you said in your track breakdown, you can
the
get
collectible.
SSL emulation now.
Yeah.
On no matter what program you're using, you can get SSL.
Yeah.
Fucking emulation. So it's still going to sound the same.
Exactly.
And you'd need to be like an absolute savant to be able to tell the difference nowadays.
Well, there's what's the guy's name? It's one that Bobby says. Ethan Wider. There's a video that he's got. It's quite a long video. It's about 45, 50 minutes long. And it's all about busting audio myths. And he fucking busts every audio myth like that. Even down to, what do they call it? Dither. When you're mastering, putting dither in them. He says, nobody can tell the difference whether you've got dithering on or not. Nobody can tell.
See, Ableton does that automatically anyway.
I thought it were you, Jersey. I thought it were you from the picture profile. How you doing, bud?
No, Ableton does that automatically now.
Studio One doesn't do it automatically, but for mastering, I normally use the in Studio One. It's got a separate page called the project page, and I just bang Ozone on there and bang dithering on in Ozone. Ozone's not cheap, but I tell you what,
it's not. But it
worth,
is worth
it is
every
worth it.
fucking penny. It really is. That is a powerful bit of kit.
And I've not got the full version. I've got the sort of mid-tier version.
Yeah. Don't even know what one I've got.
I don't see the point of having the full version. For what I do, I don't need it.
Well, I don't use half of what I've got, put it that way. I only use the dynamic EQ.
Yeah.
EQ.
I use the dynamic
and the
compressor.
master EQ match. I use the EQ match. I just bleed that in. I just blend that in. I don't only use the match EQ. I'll blend it in with the original.
In just about every mix, I'll use the limiter, which is a seamless limiter. It's just to clamp down on the louder snare hits. That's right at the end. A dynamic multiband compressor, which is basically like the Wave C4 or the C6.
Yeah. And
sometimes I'll use saturation that's inbuilt into it, which I think they call the exciter.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the exciter.
That's a multiband exciter.
I only just
don't use that in every mix, but yeah, I do use it in a lot of mixes.
I think the first time I used that was on the Hunt.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I used that.
Well, well, you'll have seen in that mix breakdown, I did use that in that Poeta song. It just brought that extra sort of.
That's why I used it, because I was watching yours and I was like, holy shit, that does make some difference.
Yeah,
it's not. If you were to hear
that extra sort of half to 1%, just brings it up that next level.
I mean, if you heard the track without it, you'd probably still go, that sounds fucking amazing. But then you hear it with the exciter, and it's like, Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, just brings it up that extra notch or two.
Yeah. No, I was after watching that breakdown. That's when I thought, right, I'm going to try this on this mix because, as I said to you, the hunt mix was doing my head in.
Yeah,
It really was
yeah.
annoying the hell out of me, and I thought, right, I just started from scratch. Just took all of the plugins off.
Yeah.
Took everything off, and then just started literally from scratch again. Chucked the exciter on at the end, and made some difference.
Yeah, he does. I mean, there's a mix. We've done it mixed script this month. Originally, I did add it, but to me, it weren't working, so I took it off, and it sounded better without it on.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't use the exciter on every mix, just when as and when needed.
Yeah. Keep it in the back pocket.
Yeah. One of them sort of, if you will, that sort of secret sauce.
Yeah.
But these are all the tips and tricks that every producer's using, every mixer.
Yeah, that's true, Gary. Yeah. Placement.
Yeah.
Saves a lot of
It's
things.
all about
well.
every mix before I even start messing about with plugins. Yeah, I'll have basic high and low pass filters on my buses. It's all about panning and balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get the balance right, and your mix should sound pretty good.
So yeah, I only just.
And you're just really tinkering right at the end before you get to mastering. Oh, I think it might get messy later on tonight.
See, do you know what's worrying me about that though? Does it have a caffeine count? Because if it does, then it's going to have the Bucky effect.
Yep.
If it's actually got caffeine in it.
You never know. I don't know. She'll have to answer that.
Alcohol mixed with caffeine. Ooh.
Ooh. I'll tell you what though. It smells. It's fucking lovely.
I can't drink anymore, man. But
I'm
I really want to try that. I gave it up. Because every time I was doing it, it was just messing with my stomach.
Yeah, that's it. If it's messing with your stomach, then.
Because I used to love a single malt.
I love a nice single malt.
Yeah. And then I moved over here and just turned into an absolute Philistine and started drinking Buckfast.
You heathen.
Gary, no. Just no. Vodka, no.
Oh,
can we ban him?
Exactly.
He's 27. What do you expect? He's only a kid.
I don't give a shit if he's 7. Right?
It's lethal.
Vodka, for me, I wouldn't use it to clean something with.
See, over here they do, well, they probably do it over there as well, but over here they do the Jaeger bombs. And it's got, like, the Red Bull in it.
Oh, fucking hell.
When
I had me leaving Newfront Bank, a couple of them bought me Jaeger bombs. Jesus, wet. I don't remember much of the last hour of that night.
You see, I like single malt. I like bourbons. I like all of that.
Yeah.
And I can't have any of it because of the medication that I take.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same with me. That's probably why it was affecting my stomach, Matt.
If I had a triple shot on the medication that I take, or one medication in particular, like a triple shot, I'd be fucking dead. It's that bad. It would really not do me good. Hey,
Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Mike.
Well, this is it. I mean, I don't drink very often.
Yeah.
It's mainly
you just do it for the enjoyment. I was like that as well. I just drink for the taste.
I did all that when I was younger, the drinking to get absolutely fucking off your head. Did all that. We all did.
Nowadays,
We all
I
did when
do
we were young.
because I enjoy the taste of certain beers.
Yeah,
And
yep. That was the way I was with the single malts.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
I loved a good
I love a good single malt.
caramel. I loved a good caramel like single malt.
Yeah.
But
I like
I miss being able to drink.
I do like a bottle of Talisker.
Talisker's nice, but see, the one that I couldn't understand that everybody used to go on about was Bunnahabhain
Yeah, yeah.
and Lafroig. Lafroig as
Lefroy's
well.
nothing special.
Lafroig just tastes like fucking a
Not
vat
tried
of
it.
chemicals to
Tried
me.
that. In the garage, I've got a
peaty.
12-year-old bottle of Glenmorangie.
Oh,
Glenmorangie's gorgeous.
yeah, that's
It was
Yeah,
12-year-old when I
that's
bought it,
Oh,
and it must have been nearly 18 years ago since I bought it.
how
I've still-
how well locked is your garage?
Well,
If you find the garage has
tell
been
you
broken
another-
into and just that's been stolen, wasn't me.
I'll tell you, if there's any single malt drinkers here, I'll tell you one that is actually overlooked quite a lot. It's an Aberlour 10-year-old.
yeah.
It's only a 10-year-old.
That's
So
a
you
young
would
one.
think, but this actually put a lot of even 15-year-old whiskies, single malts to shame.
Yeah.
So fucking smooth, it was unreal. Nice caramel notes and almost chocolatey as well.
Ooh.
Really, really tasty, really smooth. Auchentoshan.
Yeah, I've not done
12-year-old.
that before, Mike.
On my way, Mike.
The good thing was, when I was still living in Glasgow, Clydebank, Auchentoshan's distillery is in Clydebank, so we would always get it cheaper. We would get it cheaper because it was local, and then you go elsewhere in the country and it was like fucking near double the price. There we go. Nice one, Mike. Aberlour is damn good. That was my
I'll have to have a look for some of that.
That was my malt of choice, and the thing was, it used to be so cheap. But I remember just before I moved over here, you could walk in, look at like a bottle of Glenfiddich, and you were talking almost 30 quid even back then. This is back just pre 2010 prices. A bottle of Glenfiddich was costing almost like 30 quid for the 700 cubic or centilitre, sorry. Aberlour was 19 quid for 700.
Fucking
You
awesome.
see, that's a big difference.
It was. So, Mike, I'm in Guildford in Northern Ireland now. Been here since 2010.
He's abandoned
Beautiful.
you other Scots. That's what he's done.
Yeah, he's gone to other Celts.
Are you in Northern Ireland, Mike? I wish I could drink though. I miss it. Just for the taste. I mean, I loved my single
Yeah,
malts.
I probably shouldn't drink with Meds I'm on, but there you go. I don't drink often.
You're all right if it's just like a sip, a wee tipple.
If you're having a drink like a normal drink with friends sort of thing, you're fine. It's if you're going out and getting tanked up. Which one of us?
I did all that in my teens and my 20s.
And but like we all did, and wasted shitloads of money and felt rough as fuck. Well, you didn't, but
I didn't because I don't get hangovers.
Wanker.
I never used to get hangovers either. I never used to get them.
I didn't very often because I wasn't very often sober at that time.
I think in all my years, I think I only ever had 2, and it was right benders.
Mind you, there's some good Irish whiskies as well.
Can't do it. Jameson's.
Yeah.
Jameson's is so smooth as well.
Jameson's do
tea Jameson's with just a wee spot of water or an ice cube in it.
Oh,
It's
what
the
was it?
smoothest you'll ever have.
Jameson's do I think it's a 15-year-old.
That'd be a lot of water for
Which
smoothness.
Alana bought me a bottle back a few years ago when she went over to her mum's. Well, mum and dad, I should say.
See,
And
the
that
thing
was
is, Jay,
cool.
I can mix my drinks.
That
I
was
don't
nice.
like hangovers at all.
I used to be like that as well. Yeah.
It was one of those that literally, like you say, you bung an ice cube in there, or I've got the proper stone, but yeah, bung that in, and you could just quite happily sit here, just drink. You could go through half the bottle so quickly, and that's the danger.
There was a few like that. I remember when this is when I was drinking, when the Jack Daniel's honey first came out. It went down too easy.
That is
too
lovely.
easy.
Well, I had that. I had the honey, and I had the. Have you tried the apple one?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
I had somebody bought me for one of my birthdays a litre bottle of the apple one, right? And I thought, and they said try, because I don't normally mix bourbon. I just like it straight. And they said try it with lemonade. Well, I tried it with lemonade. It's like the old appetizers. It tastes like appetizer.
Oh my god!
So the worst thing is you've got like a triple shot in a glass and you're just necking it like it.
Aye.
Yeah. Well, when we were in Blackpool, we had to. I had to drink more beer just to get an extra lemon glass for Sunday.
I haven't tried that one.
I'm sorry, mate. I apologise. I feel terrible now.
Penderyn is nice. Penderyn, that is a nice whiskey.
There was a Glenfiddich that they released years ago. The cherry cask, single malt, and it was dynamite, man.
I'm not
just Jay talking about the cinnamon Jack Daniels. There was Fireball. That's another one that went down too easy.
Fireball. I've not tried that one either yet.
Oof. Cinnamon whiskey, basically. That's all it is.
Yes, I've heard it's like rocket fuel.
It is, but it goes down too easy. I remember.
If you have it on like winter time, it's one of them sort of
it's
winter.
Lovely.
Yeah,
it's a nice warmer one.
All that nice flavours to it. It's
just to warm your cockles up on a nice winter's evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had very cold cockles.
I remember after work, me and a guy for BT. I was in BT. Me and a guy I worked with. But when we were leaving the place, we had to walk by the pub, So we're leaving, and Barry turns into me and he says, "Going for a quick one while we're waiting, have a wee game of pool." And I'm like, "Aye, okay." He brings me over a shot. It's Fireball.
He's smooth.
6 or 7 later, we're still there. And I was fucking 3 sheets to the fucking wind, man. Fire Jack. See, for winter, I love a mulled wine.
Oh,
that was my exit. That was my exit going into it. And mulled wine is beautiful for the winter, or a proper Irish coffee, a proper one.
Oh, I love Irish coffee.
Yeah,
absolutely love Irish coffee.
Best one I ever had was of all places, the obvious place, Dublin.
Yeah,
in Temple Bar. They made.
Well, you've seen the price of Temple Bar now.
Irish coffees. Oh, I can imagine, because I'm going back to 2011, 2012.
I think last time I went,
it was expensive even then.
Well, last time I went Temple Bar would have been 2008.
Yeah.
And I looked the other day just for a laugh on their website and see how much a pint of Guinness is in there. They're charging £9 for a pint of Guinness.
Oh, I can believe that.
Jesus.
I remember going for a coffee in the city.
And the worst thing is,
and it was a coffee place right across from Stevenson's Park.
Yeah.
Or St. Stephen's Park. It was a coffee place across the road, and went in there, ordered the coffee. It was near £5 just for a fucking takeaway coffee.
The worst thing
about
special,
it was just like a fucking. McDonald's strength coffee, £5.
Nah.
It's wrong. Temple Bar isn't even the best place in Dublin to get Guinness.
No.
There's much better, but much better pubs to go. It's handy when you know, like, people who've lived there all their lives and they're in their 60s, so they know all the like locals and the good places to go.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, Temple Bar is an awesome place to hang out.
It is.
Get some really amazing pubs and clubs around there. But
But
the markets,
likes a bottle of knob. Apparently,
the street markets were really good over there in Temple Bar.
Yeah, Tyler does like a knob or two.
Well,
I mean,
so the rumours are true.
Tyler, you should have known better than to put Knob Creek in here.
Oh, dear.
Although I have to say, I am partial to a knob now and again.
So I've heard.
Clip that.
I like the bourbon as well.
There you go. Get that on your soundbar, Jake.
Yep. You know, that wouldn't bother me if somebody nicked that.
I'll send it to you later.
Oh, dear.
No, I remember I'd just started seeing a girl down in Dublin, a German girl. She was a freak, but in the good way. But we went to a club round the corner from just where she was living, and went to buy 2 bottles of Copperberg because the two of us loved Copperberg at the time. Just normal bottles, not even like poured from like a fucking what do you call it? You know what I mean? Not distilled through something, but
yeah,
just guy brings over the 2 bottles, takes the cap off. There you go. Gives me the receipt, and I gave him a 20, and I think it was €6 I got back off of that 20 for 2 bottles of Copperberg.
Well, other week when we went to Blackpool to see Chris Holmes, the actual pub we went to, it's called the Waterloo Music Venue. I mean, when you walk inside it, well, if you've seen the vlog, it's just a fucking shrine to Lemmy.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that looked awesome.
I tried all the Monterey beers more than once, apart from the cider. I'm not a cider drinker.
You had to try
For
them.
a pint of the Monterey beers, and Lisa had a pint of the Strongbow fruity ciders. £8 something for 2 pints in a music venue.
I don't know. I still to this. I've been looking up about that place, mate, and I don't see how they can afford to do stuff like that so cheap.
No.
Because the stuff they've got in there alone would have cost them a fortune.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
You know,
Oh, cool. Cool, Jay. Yeah, because they've got one of Lemmy's Murder Bombay stacks in there. And on one at bars, in what they call Lemmy's bar, there's 2 glass cases with a pair of boots in each case. Pair of Lemmy's boots, like Jesus. There's some money being spent in that establishment.
yeah. The two Rickenbacker bases.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was raised in Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Father was a priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know he was raised in Wales, though.
Worked in a washing machine factory.
Oh, we weren't far from you a couple of years back. Oh, we don't know. We could have met up, Jay. Next time we're heading over to North Wales, we'll have to meet up for a pint or 2. Possibly is, yeah, possibly. But yeah, just that Murder One stack, that's got to be worth some money.
Oh, aye.
And if nobody's seen that vlog, it's they've put it behind a cage.
Well, you got the JCM 800 Super Bass.
Yep, you've got the Super Bass with the two cabs, the 4x10s and the 4x15s.
Love the look of Rickenbackers. Absolutely love the sound out of them, but I just hate playing them.
I know.
The necks are
we've
way
been
too
to
thin.
Cardiff a couple of times.
You see, I don't even want to play it. I just want one for a wall.
Yeah.
Preferably a signed one with Lem's signature.
Yeah.
I don't want much in life.
I'd love a Rickenbacker bass. I just fucking can't afford one.
I mean, it's the price of Rickenbacker.
Too hard. I mean,
I've got to admit,
I've got huge hands.
Yeah.
So for me, the Rickenbacker necks were just too thin. My hand wrapped around the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Too hard to play.
I've got to admit, Rickenbackers do hold the price well.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it is it's the way they're made in it. It comes into more of that.
Oh, I'm getting told off.
You told.
No.
If I had the
West
money,
Tone bass as well.
I would get a Rickenbacker.
I think you must be the
second
cracking
bass was a
lunch.
West Tone. West Tone basses were fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah, back in there, West Tone were good basses.
Yeah. My first ever bass was a Yamaha RBX 200F fretless. That was my first bass that I learned on.
Well, I've actually got 3 basses, but one I never use. I keep meaning to put that up on Facebook Marketplace.
What is it?
It's just some cheap bass. But the other 4-string bass I've got is an Harley Benton bass.
They're doing some fantastic stuff recently.
Well, I bought that secondhand about 3 years ago. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, it's still a fantastic bass.
Don't get me wrong, they're still a bit hit and miss because I've heard a lot of people saying, this particular model's amazing, but this particular model is an absolute shit heap and has been put together by toddlers.
Yeah. Well, I've got that Harley Benton bass. I got my lad a Harley Benton guitar, which is a Les Paul shape based off the ESP Les Paul, the Eclipse. And my dad's got a Harley Benton semi-acoustic. And all 3 are bloody good guitars. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
In fact, all the stuff I do in D standard is recorded with that Harley Benton. The 5-string bass I've got is... I don't know if you've heard of the company Gear for Music.
No.
Yeah, they've got a shop up in York, and I think they've got a shop over in Europe. That were a bag in that 5-string bass, including a hard case. Now it is B stock. I paid about 120 quid for it, and the hard case is worth about 60 quid on its own.
See, that was like my old. You've seen the court bass that I've got.
Yeah,
that was. Well, that thing kicked the Fender Precision's ass.
Yeah. Well, I've got a
sound-wise.
Yeah, I've got a court 7-string. That plays fucking amazing.
My mate gave me a It was a Westfield hard case, but it was tweed, and it was made. They were only made for the, what do you call it, the Relic series of Fender guitars.
Yeah,
and basses. He gave me one of those, and that itself was worth about 100 odd quid just for the case.
Yeah,
but he gave it to me for fuck all.
Yeah, Gear for Music do some good deals. Easy Tiger.
Yeah, he said do.
Yeah, but they're not that far from me. They're only up in their main place is only up in York. It's only about 45 minutes to an hour away from me.
See, I'm dying to get myself into my own place again, because once I'm there and I'm settled, I'm saving up, because I desperately want a Dingwall. A Dingwall bass. Oh,
I've heard good things about them.
Oh my
God! I'm not a bass player. I've just got cheap basses.
See them unprocessed. an unprocessed Dingwall tone is like it's gone. It's like it actually sounds like it's gone through an Ampeg or an Ashdown. That's unprocessed before you put anything on it. They are just beautiful, really nice, punchy, high end.
You are. How was it? Oh,
it's back again.
is it back?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I just happened to look round and just caught the end of the white wheel of death.
No, it's back. Yeah, it's back. Gary said it's back.
Yeah.
You must be YouTube shitting a brick.
More than
It was
likely.
YouTube. YouTube can't handle how good Dingwall is. That's what it is.
No, can't handle those Dingwalls.
Oh, there's new ones, Jay. There's a new one. Like it always used to be like the Quad Cortex and the Kempers, but there's a new one that's been released recently by Toneforge.
Oh, the Tone X.
Tonex, yep, by
Yeah,
Toneforge.
I have heard good things about
it
that.
supposedly kicks, just wipes the floor with the Kemper.
Oh, is it gone? Can't see it.
Oh, you get the Moore version, didn't you? The pocket
Yeah,
one.
I've got the mower. I tell you what, the little mower.
That sounded good. It done some
that
really good.
One mower. Go and have a look at that review.
I've watched it.
I
watched it, but
yeah, Jay, if you go and have a look at that mower,
yeah,
that
definitely
sounds
did.
pretty damn good. And it took me minutes to get put that tongue together.
It's got a really nice British classic distortion as well on it.
Yeah.
And it's got the American distortions.
That other main tone I tried. That were a friend of mine, Daryl V, based in. He's one of them Canadians. Unfortunately,
Blame Canada.
Yeah, that 150 tone. That was his preset, and I like that one as well. But obviously, I prefer my tone more.
See you, Mike.
See you later, buddy, Mike.
All right, bud. Thanks for coming, Mike.
Yeah, we did, Lisa. We started talking about music stuff, music equipment.
That's it. Music and YouTube went now. We're not having none of that.
Yeah, but we were oblivious because we were too engrossed in the music chat. No, I know a lot of people that are using GarageBand now, though.
Yeah, I know a few people that still use it.
Yeah.
All my stuff's done on PC. I've not got any Apple stuff.
Nah, I don't have anything portable. Everything's on my big beastie here.
Yeah.
I
mean
Giggity.
I've only got a basic 2-channel interface, so that's pretty portable.
Same here. Although I think I may have to get a new interface soon because this one started doing some funky shit.
Yeah.
There's times where it'll just cut out for no apparent reason.
Which interface have you got?
M Audio 1926. It's
They
beautiful.
usually do decent stuff.
Yeah, beautiful, really clean. But I mean, it's about 5 years old at least.
It's like what they all say. But 99% of the audio interfaces these days are all pretty much of a much.
Aye. All you need is a clean signal. And nowadays, PCs, the onboard sound cards, I know a lot of people that record straight from the fucking onboard sound card ports, and they're still getting really good sounds.
I have heard some decent stuff about the Positive Grid. I've not tried it.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard some good stuff about it.
I mean, nowadays, again, you would need to be an absolute Rain Man to be able to tell the difference between a VST plugin,
and a real amp,
yeah. That's why, like Glenn Fricker's just put all of his amps in storage. except for one because it's his absolute favourite, and a lot of clients usually ask for that one. But he get rid of all of his favourite amps. Well, not get rid of, just put them into storage because nowadays it's on the PC. It's there.
Yeah.
You've got
This is
1,000
it.
different amp sounds in one hard drive.
Yeah. When you're using amp sims, it's all down to what IR you're using. 100%. No matter what amps you
Yep.
use.
Doesn't matter what amps, what pickups. The tone is in the speaker.
Yeah. And my favourite IRs are either the Glen Fricker ones. I've got the paid and the free ones, and
Yep.
they all sound good.
Yep.
And I use the ones from Bobby Torres. He's got an Octo pack that's free.
I'll tell you one that is really good, and it's only £5. Ola England's Helix, the one.
I've not got the Helix one. I have got one of his.
If you're going to get any, get the one because it's a nice all round sound. Because he does one, and it's like a Swedish chainsaw.
Yeah, that's that mower, Jay.
I love how it just looks like
That is cool
iPod.
as fuck. It really is.
It's basically the size of an iPod.
Yeah.
And the app's on your phone. And you've got
It's nuts, isn't it? What a time to get into music, though.
Yeah. Oh, we're in the best time. Because even
Can you imagine if we had this shit when we
these
first
days.
started playing?
Yeah.
If we had this shit when we first started playing, we'd all be John Petrucci's by now.
Yeah. I mean, the cheap gear that when I first started were crap.
Yeah, well, when I started, it was all Tascam 4 tracks.
Yeah.
And they were shit.
Well, that's the funny thing, because before I even started doing any of this YouTube, any home recording, that's why we're going to get just a little 4-track just to record some ideas on.
Yeah, yeah.
And it worked out just as cheap as just to get a little audio interface with the DAW. Thought, fuck it. And then just got used to basics using a DAW and bush. Started the channel.
It's far easier nowadays just to have it all in the PC or laptop, especially a laptop.
Yeah.
Because you can just take it into a rehearsal studio and get a full fucking proper recording.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, thanks very much, dude. But no, you're all right. You're all right. Honestly, I'm going to have to do some. I'm going to have to go through a checklist of what might be wrong with it because I don't know. I think the last time I was on, my microphone had done it because of the sound, the interface. I sounded like Barry White. My voice had just went so deep, and I've got a deep voice as it is, so I was like talking to elephants in the Serengeti. It was that deep.
It was that deep. Only fish at the bottom of the ocean could understand him.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were like, so long, and thanks for all the fish. But I mean, I don't know if it's it's not a latency issue because I mean, I've got next to no latency in this thing. I went on to the likes of Glenn Fricker's Discord and Cola Keller.
Yeah,
Cola Keller's Discord as well, and asked any ideas what this might be that's causing this. And they're all saying it's the proximity effect. And I'm like, no, it's not the proximity effect. I know that if you get up closer and you have a compressor on your voice, yes, it may sound like it's deeper, but it's not. This is not what is happening. This is a full fucking octave down deep. And they're like, no, it's the proximity effect. And I'm like, it's a fucking hardware issue. It's not. I said, I know my own voice. I've heard it through a microphone countless times. I've heard it with the proximity effect, and yes, it does sound slightly bassier, but it's nothing to do with the actual key of my voice.
No.
You know, and I'm trying to explain this to them, and of course they're all turning into audio snobs, and they're saying, no, it's definitely proximity effect. It's definitely the proximity effect.
Which forum you go to, there's always that audio snob.
Fuck off, then. I'll just sort it myself.
Yeah. It's like, I use this as the main mic when I'm recording videos, but I have a backup mic, which is a wireless lav mic.
Mm-hmm.
But I've tried it up here and it's too bassy.
Yeah.
So I have it about chest height.
That's because the beard's in the way.
Well, that as well.
It's acting as a windsock.
Yeah. It reaches the parts where the beers can't reach.
Giggity. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
audio stops. That's not just for recording either, believe me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
it's-
audio snobs in the other side, which, you know, like I've said before, with home audio and stuff.
But the thing is, like, they're talking to me, they're talking about, like, no, you get the same thing when with the bass guitar, and I'm like, don't tell me that I know nothing about bass or bass frequencies. I've been playing bass for over 30 years.
Exactly.
I know the difference. It's not
But
the
my mate said
frequency, it's the key that's
anything
shifting.
that starts out
Okay,
with
that's
my
enough.
mate said, you know it's going to be bollocks.
Yeah. And it
annoyed me, so I just
even
left.
if you're setting up a studio, you don't need expensive mics.
No.
We talked about it, didn't we, for microphones streaming wise.
Yeah.
And I've had in the vape world, I've had other vape reviewers. I'm not saying who, but I've had them say, "Oh, you want to get a Shure MB7 and you want to get this and that." Why? Well, it's the
You
best
don't need
sounding
a massive
microphone.
7B.
Well,
I said, well, what is the point in me paying 300 and odd quid for a microphone that I'm only going to use for streaming, because that's all I use it for? It's not going to be any better than the Marantz microphone that I use. That's probably about, I don't know what they are now, about 40 quid. Right? It does me fine. It works.
Exactly, Jay.
well,
You know,
I had loads of people, but remember when I first started properly doing the wire talk from my old studio with the green lighting and all that, and
yeah.
everybody was saying, your audio sounds fucking amazing. What are you using for a microphone? Is it a Shure? And I'm like, no. This is an old Behringer C1 condenser that's worth about 30 quid.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. I'm like, no, seriously, this thing is worth about 30 quid.
Yeah.
And I'm gutted. That's it there. This is it here. Looks like shit.
If
But
it
it
works,
is one of the best microphones that I have heard for voice, and it packed up on me. That's one of the reasons why I was having audio issues. Now, if I switch to this beast.
I've had no complaints with Behringer stuff at all. I've got pedals. I've got a couple of mics.
You don't really,
Sort of pedal demos, amp demos, whatever, hardware stuff, and a mic in a cab up. I use the main two mics I use is the SM57, which is a pretty cheap mic.
Yep.
I got that second hand for about 60 quid. And the other one is a Behringer, the XM8500, which is basically their version of 58.
Well, again, their stuff is cheap, but it's the fact that they've been going that long. That's why they can afford to do it so cheap now.
The Behringer mic I use.
Yeah, based on this SM58, but what's it?
20 quid.
Yeah.
I think I got that in New Year's sale for about
Fricker.
13 quid actually.
Glenn Fricker again. He's got like Black Stars. He's got fucking all the big name speaker cabs.
Yeah.
And the best one he says that for tone is an old. This thing's about at least 20 years old. It's a Behringer cab.
Yeah.
And I think I remember him saying the speaker that was originally in it wasn't anything special. It wasn't like a big name speaker, but it still sounded amazing. And then he swapped out the speaker for I think it was the Greenback.
Yeah.
Or no, the Hempback. It was the Hempback I think he put in it. And he said it just turned into a beast.
it's the same as anything. People will you'll always find the elite little
Oh yeah,
people, whatever it is, whether it's cars,
they usually play Gibsons.
you'll always get it, whether it's music, whether it's whatever it is in life, you're always going
And
to get those.
they'll insist that
Not just Gibsons, a Gibson Studio Les Paul.
yeah. No, you don't have to spend shit tons of money nowadays to get a really good sound, because the software, the music software nowadays has got to the stage where you can just change the complete tone.
I mean, in the last 5 to 10 years, amp sims, you can't tell the difference.
No.
The average listener don't care either whether it's recorded on real amp, whether amp sims have been used.
Yeah.
They don't care.
The average user wants to know what it's going to sound like when they put it on their phone or tablet or stereo.
As a band, we say your guitar players or your bass players, whatever guitars that they're using, is it going to stay in tune for the full song?
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Stays in tune and have new strings on it.
Yeah.
When you're recording.
Yeah, exactly.
So long as you've got that, the sound you're going to get overall is going to be fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know how you have your basses set up, but what I started to do last few recordings is that I've got my low end and the high end EQ on the actual bass itself set to 12 o'clock.
I've got a preset. See, I'm using the, what do you call it? Parallax.
Yeah.
Parallax from DSP, Neural DSP. So it's only three dials on it, and it's the low end, mid, and high end distortion. And I never had to put it through an IR. You just put it straight through the parallax, and it is beastly. But recently, just very recently, the past month or so, I started putting on the signal chain. I started putting the dark glass first.
Yeah.
With no distortion, just so that I've got that kind of almost Ampeg, ash down kind of tone, and then I'll put parallax for the distortion on top of the dark glass. Holy shit! It is brutal.
Well, you've seen how I have my bass
at the same time. You know, but it's just amazing the amount of stuff you can do nowadays with audio.
Yeah. I mean, for my bass tracks, I usually have 2 tracks. One for the sort of overall bass sound, and the 3 main. One I've been using mainly recently is the Rex Brown Tone Forge from Joey Sturgis.
That sounded lovely.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
Or the Murder one from was it from Soft Tone? That's a good bass amp sim. And then on the distorted track,
Elliott was shit. Sorry, sorry, Jay. Trace Elliott was shit.
I've never used any.
Nice
Trace
to look
Elliott.
at, but I hated them.
And on my old bass player, used to use Trace Elliott.
Yeah.
But on the distorted track, sometimes I'll use the Rex Brown and just distort the fuck out of it, or I'll use a free one, the TSE bass overdrive.
Did you ever try the Mammoth?
Yes,
by Aurora.
Yeah,
ESP?
I've got all the Aurora stuff. Yeah, the Mammoth is a good bass.
Before I get the Parallax, I would swear that I was never going to get any better sound than that Mammoth, because it was just it's so versatile.
I do use every now and again.
You could have like that classic grunge sounding distortion on the bass, really fuzzy, or you could have it, really high end, genty kind of sounding bass as well. Just you could do everything with that thing.
Yeah. The Mammoth is one I do use every now and again, but them are the 3 main ones that I use most of the time. And IR wise for the bass, I just use the stock IR for the both of them. In fact, the TSE bass overdrive, it don't come with any IRs. I just use it as it is. Don't put any IRs on it.
Yep, that's what I was saying. I do that. I do that with the Parallax. I don't even bother with an IR because it sounds gorgeous, even straight off.
Straight off. Because Audio Assault do one similar to that's based off that Sans amp.
Oh yeah. I know the one you're talking about. It's,
that's one I'll use every now and again as well, especially on distorted bass track.
I've got it. I can't remember the name of it. Begins with a B, doesn't it?
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds, I'll tell you.
Think. I always used to use an EQ pedal, Jay. I used to have loads and loads of effects on my bass, and then just through playing the punk, I learned how to just strip it right back to just an EQ pedal and a rat pedal with hardly any distortion, just enough that the dynamics would just have a bit of bite on it. You know,
they've got the Duality Bass Studio, and the other one they've got is the Clank, which is just basically a bass pedal, like the Sans amp.
That was a different one I had. It was BOD or something like that. It was called.
Yeah, that's a TSE audio.
Is it? Aye, yeah. That's the one I used before I get the Mammoth.
I still use that a lot of the time.
You can get a really brutal tone off that, and that was. I think that was one of the first bass plugins as well to have the blending. Built into it. You know, where you could have the clean signal still there.
Yeah.
You didn't have to double up your tracks then.
Well, it's not just bass with EQ. Even, like I say, normal guitar.
Yeah.
I use EQ all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that little gyro amp I've got, that little Zombie, that sounds phenomenal with an EQ in the loop. In fact, I've got a video coming out in the next week or two. Ooh.
See, I always used to have a.
When I'm using this pedal in the loop.
Oh, nice.
GubTech. It's basically adds a depth and presence knob to your amp, but it also adds a fucking hell of a lot of aggression as well. That's from a Canadian company called GubTech. Or GubTech, GUP Tech.
See, for years, my signal chain was just Boss Tuner, then MXR, but 6-band EQ, and then the rat pedal. That was it. Just really, really basic. But the tone that I got from it was brutal.
Yeah. I mean, before I started with all this, I just used to have a little one of them crappy little Ashdown mini stacks.
Oh,
and in front
Ashdown
of that
stuff.
Yeah.
Ashdown they done some seriously gorgeous amps.
It was one of their little 20-watt guitar stacks. And in front of that, I had the Black Coffee Distortion with the Behringer EQ and a wah pedal. That's all I had.
Best bass amp I ever had was an Ashdown Mag 3.
Hi, Paul. How you doing, buddy? Are you well?
So tasty.
I'm going to try and work on some drums soon for the next Lords of the Wrist. If you're up for that, G.
Aye,
It's basically like Sunday with Ola.
I remember you saying. Yeah.
You're right.
I just need to get my finger out and get back into it again because I haven't done anything.
A couple of people have asked me when the next one is. We've not done one since about Christmas time, so I think we'll get another one out there.
And I've got loads, as I said, I've got loads of stuff that I'm supposed to be working on. My mate gave me, he's a load of tracks that he wants me to try and flesh out for him.
Yeah.
And record properly and do bass guitar for, and I've got 3 covers still to finish. And I've still got my own stuff that I'd plan to sit and write and record again.
Exactly. I mean,
It's just getting the motivation to get back into it
there's
again.
just never enough hours in the day, is there?
Nah, well, that's the thing for me. All I've got is time because I'm fucking disabled. So fucking, there's no excuse. It's just literally because the health hasn't been good the past month. But, I mean, I'm back to normal again, you know. So I just need guitar's there, bass is there. It's not that I need to go far to do it. But exactly.
Part of my collection is there.
Yeah. You know, it's not that I need to, it's not that I'm having to go to a high price recording studio and that's why I can't get doing it. I've got the stuff here.
Nobody needs to go to, even if you're not mixing the stuff yourself, you can do all the recording at home and then just pass it off to a mixer.
That's what I've done for my album.
Yeah,
that's what I've done for my album. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying.
He's touting for business.
Yeah, I'm touting for business.
Tart wanting business.
But I mean, I know I keep going back to Bobby Torres. He wouldn't know the old school 20 odd years back. Like, everybody can record at home. We're not going to need producers and engineers. And 20 odd years later, he's still producing and engineering.
Says it all, though, doesn't it? You know, like he said about he didn't think it'd last.
Nah.
Got a bit of a shock there, didn't he?
Absolutely.
No worries, Stu.
I'm pleased he did.
Yeah. I mean, 20 odd years later, Bobby's still got his studio. And what he's planning to do is move out of the current studio and build one at home. That's his current plan, but he says it might take a year or two to get that.
So long as it's not actually in his home, if it's like an extension.
From what he said, it's going to be a building separate from the house, sort of down the bottom of the garden.
Because did you see Glenn's latest video? It was
I've not seen it yet.
Something like 13 mistakes about home recording or something like that. If you're going to be recording from home, and one of them was. It was a horror story, like about a band that he brought in to record into his own home, and he thought he was doing them a favour, but it ended up they were just doing everything under the sun. And it was that's in his house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just no respect for his property whatsoever.
Yeah.
They were leaving fucking lines everywhere and fucking empties and stuff.
I know, just speaking to Bobby, I know he's turned bands down because they've not been prepared when they've come into the studio. They've not even had a fully fleshed demo. And he said, "No, I'm not working with you."
I remember my old band over here went to record our first EP. I practiced every day for a good couple of months before we were actually getting in, so that I could. And I went in. Guy goes, right. It's the same guy that recorded my album. Went in and he says, right, when you're ready, G, hit the button. Played it through, one take, literally one take, and he was like, oh, "That was good, man. Cheers, nice one." Right, guitars. And we started at like, I think it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was the first one to go in, lay the fucking bass down for the guide, and like I say, went in, hit the record button, done it one take. The rest of the day was spent on the guitars, because they just did not bother rehearsing. They just went in thinking, I know it, fucking like the back of my hand.
That's it. He's middling guitarist. When we did our demo, I mean, this is going back to sort of 89, 90. So yes, I am that old, folks.
18.
Fuck off. When we went in, we knew those fucking songs back to front, and we basically the whole band played them as live, and then the vocalist did his parts over the top.
Yep. Well, me and the drummer were
We
the
did
tightest.
5-song demo in a day and a half.
Me and the drummer literally went in and got it done. The drummer, he didn't really get it done in one because he's got health issues and he had a colostomy bag, so he couldn't go for a lot of time, so he had to keep taking breaks. But I mean, he got his done for a drummer. He got his done really quick. That guy was a robot, and it ended up whenever we were playing after doing the
All right, I'm
recording,
feeling fucking old.
he'd have the guide tracks and
Yeah.
the click from recording the EP in his ear. And it meant that every time we went and played live, it was always exactly the same.
Yeah.
Which might not sound good, but it was tight. So fucking tight.
Well, that's it. I mean, we knew those. Yeah, 5 songs. We knew them back to front. I think we did 2 takes on every song.
That's
And
good,
just
man.
pick the best take out of it because we played, and then
Engineers
we
love that.
played leads over the top of them. Obviously,
Engineers love that because it makes their life a whole
Yeah.
lot easier. I think a lot of, no
I think we
offense to
started at 11
guitarists, but
o'clock on the Friday night, all day Saturday, and then it got mixed on the Sunday.
no offense to guitarists, but I think they honestly think that their job is just to stand there, look good,
Oh,
and go.
a lot of them, yeah. Yeah.
They forget that they still need to do the rhythm,
Exactly, yeah.
and they still need to do it tight and consistently, with hardly any scratches, accidental harmonics.
You think about it though, there's a lot of big bands that go into studios and still spend months.
Oh yeah, but
I mean,
usually
I-
find that's not from a technical point of view though. That's just creative, But
I mean, a lot of people still say it's cheating putting like foam.
no, not at all.
No,
Not at all.
if Metallica can do it, every fucker else can do it.
Would you bring that band up for?
I've even started doing that with my basses.
Yeah.
Although the one bass that I haven't done it with is the Warwick, because for some reason, see that the clang that comes off the Warwick, it's actually pleasing.
Exactly.
It's a really nice clang. It's almost got its own harmonic resonance that's just
But yeah, it went on one of my videos. It were actually Brian Bauer. It were on one of his videos. Somebody was saying, "Oh, it's cheating putting one of those fret wraps on." No, it's not. Every fucker does it.
It's practical.
Yeah, it stops all that fucking ringing from your strings.
Well, it means if you use a noise gate, you're not going to be relying on the noise gate to do too much.
No,
because it's doing half of the job for you. That rap.
Yeah, and I don't care which band. Well, every band who goes in the studio fucking does shit like that. Every band.
And I'm not being funny, but go and tell Victor Wooten that using a tone rap's, fret rap's cheating. Go and tell him.
Yeah.
They wouldn't dare, because it works for him.
Exactly. And all producers I watch, whether it's on YouTube or whether on they all say Glenn Frick, Bobby Torres, Jordan Valentine, Coley Keller. They all say it.
Yeah. That red V there is gorgeous, by the way. That's
that Jackson, yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of Jeff Waters' V,
it's
actually.
Phil Demmel.
Right.
Demmel Demolition.
That's beautiful.
And it's a B stock. Do you know why it's a B stock?
Tiny little paint mark.
That end of the headstock was chopped off, but they included it in the box, and I got it for nearly half price.
Jesus.
I think they were 650 quid when they first come out. I got it for 350, 375. I got it for a ridiculously low price. That's from I got that from that French site, BAX Backs.
Never used it.
Yeah, I've used it a couple of times, but yeah, I saw. Oh, Christ, when did I get that? That was about 4 years ago. I got that, and I'll
That's
tell
a
you what, the
really
action
nice
on
looking
that
bit of
is
kit, though, man.
absolutely
Is
phenomenal.
that active?
No, the passive. They are EMGs, but the passive EMGs.
Right. No, because I just noticed the wee toggle.
Yeah,
Is that
no,
just a
yeah, that's just
pickup switch?
yeah. The only actives I've got is me.
BC Rich?
That's active. Me KKV, BC Rich.
Oh no, that's a Dean, is it?
No,
Oh, it is a
sorry, yeah,
BC
it's,
Rich. Aye, it is a BC
yeah,
Rich.
yeah,
Aye,
BC Rich.
was right first time. Jesus
And
Christ.
me Court 7 string.
Oh,
Them's the
man.
only two active guitars I've got. Apart from my basses, they're both active.
Yeah.
But no, all my other guitars have passive pickups. I think with all the high gain amps and high gain amp sims, you don't necessarily need active pickups these days.
No.
Although saying that, there's a guy I've been speaking with on Facebook. He's sending me that. I don't know whether you've heard of it. The 24 volt mod for active pickups. It's basically, instead of using a 9-volt battery, use two 12-volt batteries and it just fits on the same fitted as a 9-volt. So it'd be, I think, I don't like to mention him because I don't really watch him much these days. Fluff. He did a video on it a while back.
Right.
But yeah, apparently the guy who makes this 24 volt mod lives near this guy I speak to, and he's bought one for me, and he's going to send it across.
Wow.
So cool. And he lives in Texas as well. So see
awesome.
what happens.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll do much in the Court because the pickups in that Fishman Fluence.
They're already pushed quite far.
Yeah. So apparently it works well with the EMGs, and I think it'll work well with the because they're just standard BC Rich active pickups in them. There's plenty of parts being recorded in toilets.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there's one story. The first Damage Plan album, Kerry King recorded a solo, and they put his guitar cab in the toilet. And Dimebag said, "Don't let him record another take. The first one was good enough." But of course, he's Kerry King. He's got to try it again. But anywhere can be. You can record anything anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking hell, go back to 60s and 70s where they were recording Zeppelin and fucking Sabbath in fucking castles. All that fucking reverb.
Sabbath recording in the back of a fucking transit van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just
And
think
that
in
was on
awesome
an old,
reverb you get on drums in a castle.
that was on an old Tascam 4-track as well. Can't remember what album it was, but I know they did record one album in the back of a transit van on a Tascam.
There you go. Sabbath's been in the back of a tranny.
Well, Ozzy has a few times, I think.
Well, this is what you get wearing Shannon's dresses in fucking Texas down at Alamo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bless him.
Oh no!
Oh, for God's sake!
All this time as well.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh dear.
You just can't get the staff, can you?
One thing has come to my attention, though. We said we were going to make somebody a moderator and they were going to moderate the show.
And then he pissed off to bed early.
Yeah, which proves you can't trust the Welsh.
Exactly. I know. I even made him a mod. And then he pissed off early. Might have to take that back off him.
Garth going to bed early.
Yeah, but you know he's going to be pinging us in 10 minutes saying, can I have a chat? Bless
Like,
him.
no, you didn't stay around for the show. You're not allowed.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll get another 15 minutes and I think we'll call it a day. Take it up to midnight. Yeah, that is part of the collection.
Yeah, I'm down to, well, 2 working bases. I've got 3 bases, but the one of them's it's an older Harley Benton 5-string.
Yeah.
But the headstock is so narrow on it that all the tuning pegs are they're so close together that the strings are almost touching each other.
Really?
Yeah, before it reaches the nut, they're almost touching each other.
That's not good.
It just, when you hit the low B, it just rattles. There's no actual, not a lot of key that you hear coming out of it.
Yeah.
It's just drained of all fucking tone. But yeah, I've only got the 2 basses and 1 guitar.
That's all. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, this collection has been built up over, well, that Washburn I showed you last time. I've had that about 20 years. That Dimebag Washburn. But the rest of the collection has been built up over the last sort of 6 or 7 years. The first 7-string I got was just this cheap Ibanez one. And somebody had put the Mick Thompson 7 stickers on it.
Is that? I think that's the same one I've got. Is that a Geo?
It is, yeah. GL
That's-
7-string, yeah.
Yeah, that's mine. That's the same as
I'll
mine.
tell you what, it's still a fantastic guitar.
It is. It's been on everything I've recorded recently, and it is. It's a great. It's like you said earlier. It doesn't need to be top of the line so long as it's in tune. You know, that's all that matters. It's got the same amount of strings that it should have.
How much has Jay had to drink?
Gary asked an interesting question there. Would you rather being able to use as many plugins as you want on tracks, or like FL Studio, etc., only being able to use like 5 or 6? I'd rather as many.
See, I've gone the other way. I'm using less plugins on tracks, but the only time
I like having options though.
Yeah, I like having the options, but sometimes what I'll tend to do is I'll limit myself to so many plugins. The only time I sort of have a lot of plugins is on vocals. As you saw it on that last track, I have my plugin chain or my vocal chain set up like it will be on a analog console. So it goes into a compressor first, saturation, EQ, a second compressor, de-essing, and a limiter.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, like when it comes to recording, I'll use the same things every time.
Yeah.
You know, the same plugins every time. But I just like it was on the Hunt again when I was having an absolute nightmare getting the mix right. I just started experimenting using different plugins than what I was always using before. I used different plugins for the guitar this time than what I would normally use. I think I even used a different IR as well. So I like having the stuff, even if I'm not using it. I like having the options there,
Yeah,
just in
I
case
know
for
what you
times
mean.
like that when it's not working.
But most of the time, even on my main fader, 3 or 4 plugins. Almost, like I said, the vocals are a bit different because you've got different things. Like, I mean, there's. I have got multi-tracks for the Motörhead song, and the way Cameron Webb mixed that, I think he had 5 compressors on that.
5?
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 different compressors.
Jesus.
But it's like a lot of engineers, producers, whatever you want to call us, say it's better off having more of the same, and each one just doing a little bit than trying to slam each compressor, just trying to slam one compressor.
I like Cameron Webb. I do like Cameron Webb
Cameron Webb.
producing.
He's fucking. He's one of my favourite producers. But even on my main fader, I've usually got something like a console emulator, tape saturation, compressor, and perhaps EQ. That's it.
I don't know who it is that does production for Igor. Whether it's actually Gautier Serre himself or if it's someone else working with him. But I know he does a lot of mixing himself and mastering himself.
Yeah.
But whoever does their stuff, holy shit, it's incredible the stuff that they done.
See, I've got no outboard gear. All my stuff's plugins.
Yeah. I like a wee bit of Plate Studio reverb.
Yeah.
I use Plate Studio. I use Plate reverb.
I'm actually
in almost everything.
I'm actually testing a new reverb plugin out at the minute. It's out, so there's no NDA on this. It's from a guy called Sam Pura, and it's from his. It's all the different rooms in his studio, Panda Studios.
Right.
And it's pretty cool. So I'm testing that out at the minute, so there will be a review coming out at the minute. So at the minute, I've just been using it as a reverb send, but I've also been using it on a couple of tracks on the actual room mics, on a couple of different tracks.
Yeah.
And it works pretty well. I've not used it on the main on the main shell tracks themselves. I'll just use it on the sends. Do an effects track. Nah, I get that, Jay. If I had the space, I would have some outboard gear.
Yeah, same here.
I'm in the space and the money.
Same here. It's only for practical reasons that I have everything on the computer now. It's just space saving. That's it, pure and simple.
Space saving.
And cost.
Yeah.
It's cheaper nowadays to have.
You've got to remember though, Jay is a bit like Doc Brown.
Mad scientist.
Yeah. He likes building stuff with valves in.
Yeah. Hey, not wrong with valves. And the valves, not tubes.
Oh, totally, Gary. I totally agree with that.
He has built some really cool stuff, actually, Jay.
What I mean, though, is I'd rather have a shit ton of plugins for times where it's not, one of them isn't working, one of my usual ones isn't working, just to have another option. Maybe I'll try this one then, and it works better.
Shameless plug. But yeah, I mean the plug-in emulations today for mixing gear, it's just phenomenal. It don't matter whether you get an SSL style EQ or channel strip from Waves, SSL, Plugin Alliance, they're all bloody good. Don't matter which one you have.
Yeah. But I mean, going back to what Gary said, I mean, even like, I swear by Parallax for absolutely everything. Even
Yeah.
even if it's metal, you'll get the best tone off the bass that you'll ever get through Parallax. If it's punk, you'll still get the best sound you'll ever have. If it's blues, you're
Yeah,
still going to get the
I've heard
best
good
sound that
stuff
you'll ever
about
have.
the Parallax.
But when I done the Igor cover,
Yeah,
it just wasn't doing what I wanted. It didn't do what I needed it to do to get the overall sound that they had on their original. I wasn't getting anywhere near it with just the Parallax. I had to actually go back and use, I think it was the bass one knob,
yeah,
and then I blended that in with that BOD overdrive,
yeah,
and I had like 3 separate instances of that BOD all over the top of each other,
yeah.
you know, because it just wasn't doing what I needed it to do. So
But it's not just piano recordings. I mean, you look at drum VSTs these days. Some fantastic fucking drum VSTs.
extinction level event.
Yeah,
You
I've got
cannot
that.
tell that
That-
if you program your MIDI with the right amount of velocities,
Yeah,
if
that's
you
the
make
key.
it
No matter
human,
what drum program you use,
yep,
don't
you
have everything
humanize
at
it.
full velocity.
Like if you're going for a flam, you make that first hit just ever so slightly early or ever
Yeah.
so slightly late.
Yeah.
You will not be able to tell the difference
No.
between that and real drums.
Yeah, I have got extinction level. I'm waiting to do the video on that because there is an update due.
Yeah, it's called, I think it's next month. I think he's saying he's hoping it's next month anyway. I think.
Yeah, well, I've been talking to
Whole new load of new
Scott.
kits.
I've been talking to Scott Elliott because I know they've been touting this update since February,
Yeah,
and he says it should be out within the next few weeks.
yeah,
So
that's about right then. August. Yeah,
Yeah.
so no, I'm just looking forward to having more kits because don't get me wrong, the kits that are on it already, there's 5.
well,
They're
the
good, but it needs more snares sounds, more
yeah,
diversity with the
it
snare.
was the extinction level kit that I used on the Christmas song, and I'll tell you what, I've had some good feedback from that.
Yep.
I've had a lot of people say that sounds like a real kit,
Yeah.
and I didn't use. I use one of the presets, but I took all their processing off, and I put my own processing. I use the raw sounds, but that's what I do with. I mean, a lot of the times I use the Urgriton or Ugriton, whatever you want to call it.
Even they sounded really nice.
Yeah, I mean,
But no, yeah,
they're about
Gary,
as
that's
raw
what
as you can get. There
I
is
do
some
that anyway.
processing on, and then I have my processing on top. But with any MIDI drums, any of these drum VSTs, don't over compress your snare and kick. Otherwise, it's just going to sound shit.
It'll sound like techno.
Yeah. Whereas if you're mixing a real kit, a real snare and kick, compress the fuck out of it.
Aye. No, because most of the drum VSTs are made so that they're mix ready.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've got Easy Drum. I've not really used it for a couple of years since I got involved with the Ugriton guys.
But just again, what Gary's saying there, like that's the way I would do it anyway.
Yeah,
is have the kick or the snare just ever so slightly early before the other. But,
I mean,
but
even if I'm using pre-built MIDI, I'll edit the fuck out of it.
With Ableton, it's too easy to you see the grid and it snaps the grid automatically, and it's too easy to just go
in most DAWs.
Every hit right on the line.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of people just do that automatically, thinking That's the way
Well,
to
that's
do
it,
it.
I mean,
I done it.
yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll use pre-made MIDI to make songs up, but I will go in and edit the fuck out of that MIDI to make it sound more natural, even if it's just velocities.
Yeah.
And then
Because again, they're putting it too close on the line or dead on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what drummer it is, especially when they start doing blast beats, they can't hit full velocity through a full blast beat.
And it's never going to be perfectly in every beat. It's always going to be slightly earlier or slightly late.
Yeah.
Nobody has perfect rhythm. Nobody on this earth.
Yeah, you don't matter whether they're playing to a click track or not.
No.
They'll still be out. But that's why it's an art form. Unless you're doing that sort of gent thing where everything's got to be on the fucking grid.
Yeah.
But speaking to a lot of people these days, they've got well away from doing that. They're sort of more into that sort of more sort of feel thing rather than everything's got to be perfect.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm loving Igor so much, is because for all that their mixes sound perfect. Everything is so clear and forward in the mix and so present.
Yeah.
And it's so well played and executed. The vocals are just, oh man, gorgeous sounding. But then you listen to the drums, and there's times when the drummer's playing, and he'll deliberately do like a wee roll or fill, and it's lazy as hell sounding, but it sounds perfect, even still, even although it's it's played out of time.
Going back to even program drums, when you're doing the drum fill, if the guitars are playing that XYZ riff twice, don't put the same drum fill in.
No.
At the end of the riff, put a different fill in.
Because you're always supposed to be accenting it. You're not supposed to be complementing your accenting.
Because if you're playing the same drums on each riff, it's going to sound fucking boring. And no drummer does that anyway. They always play different every time.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're playing with my old drummer, who was an android.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally he learned his own fills from recording the EP.
Yeah.
And he played the same fucking thing every time. Which again, it might sound boring, but when you're actually seeing you're playing with him, it just made it so much easier.
Yeah.
Because he knew exactly what was coming. You know, it was like listening to your favourite tracks, because you know, if you're listening to one of your favourite anthems, you know the fills that are coming. You know. So that's what it was like playing with him.
I mean, you go and watch Nick home at Rain, and every time he'll play a similar fill, but it'll be different, slightly different every time.
Yeah.
Well, that's midnight, guys. I think we'll call it at that. Thanks, G, for coming on.
Thanks for having me again, guys.
Anytime. You're more than welcome to come on anytime, dude.
I'll take you up on that.
Absolutely. And you want to say your goodbyes, G?
Yeah. Well, again, thanks for having us, and cheers, chat. Been good talking to you all. And if you want to go and check out my album, it's not metal. It is electronic, but that's my roots. Even though I'm a metalhead and punk, but I'm well proud of it. There's lots of covers there as well, though it's not all on the YouTube channel. It's not all electronic. It's a good mix of stuff. There's punk there. There's metal. There's electronic stuff as well. There's even Mike Oldfield in there. So yeah, And I'm also on
Kindle
Twitch.
a bell downstairs on mine.
Wild Talk with Big G on Twitch. And thanks again, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I say, you're more than welcome to come on anytime, dude. Matt?
Cheers,
Ah, same from me. Yeah. Well, happy 5th birthday, mate.
Cheers, dude.
Let's see if we can make it another 5 year.
I'm
Without
sure
getting
Do you
shot
think people
down.
want to put up with us for another 5 years?
Well, they might do.
Well, they might do.
They might do. Yeah.
there's worse things
So,
you could be doing.
yeah, it's very nice having Jay on again. It's always good.
Absolutely.
Been nice to see everybody in chat having a bit of a giggle as well. So, yeah, we'll catch you all in a bit, guys. And over to the boss.
Over to the boss.
The master.
Oh, now he comes in. Now, fuck you now. Where have you been for the last fucking 3 hours, Bill?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, Bill. No worries, mate. Yeah,
Miss you, Bill.
the boss has spoken. Yeah, thanks for everybody that's come on, even Bill. Even Bill at this late stage. Yeah,
I'm not
worry.
talking to him.
Don't worry, Bill. It'll still be there, so I don't delete any of my lives. But yeah, thanks for everybody for coming on and celebrating this 5th anniversary. And as always, keep it loud and keep it heavy.